Throw to second, Pat Joe lays it down. Fire time. Wolves take the lead.
Good afternoon and welcome to Brazil Stadium for Antelopes baseball. The Lopes host Bakersfield. The Roadrunners come in at 11-6, 0-1 in WAC play. The Lopes 7-13, 1-0 in WAC play. After the win last night in the first game of this three-game series, GCU got the victory 3-2 in that one. A.J. Franks with the win, and Mick Voroff came in to get his second save of the season. Michael Potter here with Fletcher Like, and Fletcher, always good to get that Friday night victory under your belt. Chance to win the series here on Saturday.
Yeah, it's huge, and GCU's had a couple rough patches earlier so far through the season after that Oklahoma State series, and they're back at home and they're getting back to their GCU baseball ways, and that's good to see right now. Jake
Wong threw 7 innings yesterday, gave up just 2 runs. They were both earned, did not factor into the decision, though. All of the offense was the top of the order. Austin Bull and Tom LaRouge. Bull scored twice, and LaRouge drove in 3. They will be at the top of the order again here. But the Lopes turn to their Saturday starter, number 16, Jake Repovich, the junior out of Vail, Arizona. This is Jake's 6th start, a 4.26 ERA, and a record of 1-2 in those starts. In 31 2/3, he's given up 33 hits, 15 runs. They've all been earned. He's walked 7, struck out 21. Opponents hitting .275 against Repovich. New backstop in this one. Josh Meyer gets to start behind home plate. Tyler Wyatt in left. Tom LaRouge in center. Garrison Schwartz in right. Zach Malice at third. Mark Mumper at short. Austin Bull at second. Ian Evans at first base. It'll be Mark Pena, Andrew Penner, and David Metzger due up in this first inning for Bakersfield. Not really any big changes for the Bakersfield lineup through the first 6, but then they did flip around that bottom third, which did not do much against Wong and hasn't done much all season, that bottom third for Bakersfield. First pitch from the lefty to the righty. We are underway with a strike on the outside corner. Matt Stelgis behind home plate, Steve Mattingly at first, and Joe Burleson at third base. Good start for Repovich as he gets ahead of Pena to get things started. Mark Pena hitting .302 on the season for Bakersfield. Misses down low. No homers, 12 RBI. Wong struck him out twice, and then Frank struck him out once. So 3 strikeouts and a double and a run last night for Pena. The 1-1. Big cut at that one. 1 ball, 2 strike to count.
Great pitch selection and location so far for Repovich. Painting the outer part of the plate the first couple pitches, and then comes in with that off-speed pitch to inside that Pena swings over the top of.
Well, both pitchers yesterday throwing up zeros until the 6th inning. Good pitchers duel. And popped behind home plate. He'll get out of play 1-2. The starter for Bakersfield, Max Carter, he's the cleanup hitter and playing first base today. Had a no-hitter going through 5 1/3 before Bull got a base hit, infield single, and then Tom LaRouge, a 2-run homer to tie the game at 2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch low, right around the feet of Mark Pena. And so this game starts the exact same way as the ball game yesterday. And we got something going on here. And Pena's going to be back up there. So this game does not start exactly like the ball game yesterday. We're going to have a conference here and see what they're going to discuss. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. So we'll have to wait and see. Umpires chatting now, discussing something, but they immediately pointed for Mark Pena to come back into the batter's box. We had the count right. That was strike 3. Josh Meyer now kind of walking back over toward Coach Stankiewicz and going to tell him what he's overhearing out there. Nothing on the replay that I saw. I know, Fletcher, did you see anything?
Didn't look like anything. The only thing that might be something that they're talking about is a balk, but they would have had to have called that right before the pitch.
That was
but there was no balk out of the windup.
Yeah. So now they're talking to Coach Stankiewicz down there.
And it looks like the way that they're motioning is that Repovich might not have been on the rubber the way that their hand motions are in that little circle. That's my only guess right now, is the way that they're motioning with their hands.
And Andy asking questions to all 3 of the umpires here. Looked like it was a first base umpire, Steve Mattingly, that came out and said something to the home plate umpire, and then they made the motion for Pena to come back to the batter's box. So Pena standing down there now waiting, and doesn't help GCU, obviously, because they had the strikeout, but also because Jake Repovich has gone through all his pregame warm-ups, getting ready to get out here and throw, and now he's standing there behind the mound waiting on the umpires to make a decision here. Coach Stankiewicz trying to figure out exactly what the reasoning is, and Andy's doesn't seem like he's buying it here. So now they can say 2-2 count. So yeah, it was something
With
Beard's going to come over now, and Jeremy Beard in his first year, the interim head coach, 19-28. Well, last year, umpires now are chatting. They're talking to Repovich. Yeah, he was in the windup. I mean, I don't.
Definitely something with his
Came off the
windup and
rubber?
his delivery.
Maybe he came off the rubber before he.
Joe Burleson in the chat was motioning something about the way his legs were bending before he was going to the plate, but
Yeah, the umpire flashed 2-2. So it was a 1-2 count. It was strike 3 on the swing, but there was a call by the umpires. It looked like the first base umpire Mattingly came in. Now the umpire at home plate is saying, yep, it's a 2-2 count, so Pena's got another shot at it here.
well, I hope Repovich strikes him out swinging again, because I already put it in the book as a strikeout swinging. So
Fastball in the inside corner. Count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well,
same location.
yeah, it's very interesting because, I mean, Repovich, this is what his 6th start, and nobody's mentioned that to him. So evidently something just a little askew. The payoff pitch. And he walks him. Well, that's a big difference right there. We'll see if Repovich can pitch around it. Had the strikeout. The umpires made some kind of call, which really nobody saw. I mean, there was no argument from the dugout of Bakersfield about the pitch either. So only one umpire saw it. That was good enough. Andrew Penner now at the plate, the left fielder, with the leadoff man Pena aboard. So that changes everything. And Penner hitting .457 coming into this series. .449 now. Throw over. A runner back. Penner, a guy you got to watch. 3 for 3 in stolen bases. Odd start to this ball game. Don't think I've ever seen that. Out of the windup, evidently calling a balk. In there for a strike.
With nobody on and nobody out.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. It must have been something about the way in the windup, how that back foot maybe came off the mound or something. I don't know. I mean, it can't be anything with in the windup wise. Anything else, but
the way
we'll
Repovich comes off the rubber with his right foot and then moves his left foot, he picks his left foot back up again and puts it back down on the rubber.
Yeah,
right
he
in
tapped
front.
it a couple of times,
Yeah,
it seems like.
So that's my best guess from back here with no audio from the umpires, is that he never came back set on the rubber, is that his left foot was off the rubber before he pitched.
The 0-1 snap throw over. Spinning his wheels, but getting back is Mark Pena. Andrew Penner hitting .449 on the year. No homers, 7 RBI. And this is a team, Bakersfield, hits .314 as a squad. You heard Coach Stankiewicz in our pregame interview said that's hard to do no matter what level you're at. There goes the runner. Foul back. 0-2 to Penner. So an 0-1 count. Pena was off to the races. Had a pretty good jump, too. Must have seen something that he'd figured out, the move by Repovich. Swing and a miss. There's that breaking pitch right inside. Breaking down at the ankles of the right-handed batter. Should have been the second strikeout of the ball game, evidently. His pitch was okay that time. First strikeout of the ball game, now first out of the ball game. That'll bring up David Metzger. Metzger, the senior second baseman. David hitting .333 on the year. No homers, 11 RBI. Metzger looking for his first base hit of the series. throw over. Runner back. Max Carter, yesterday's starter, on deck. Cleanup batter in this ball game. He was the pitcher and cleanup batter yesterday. Down low. Pena still at first, takes his lead. Pitch in there for a strike. Count evens at 1 apiece to David Metzger, the senior second baseman. GCU getting that win last night. Got the game today and one more with Bakersfield and U of A on the 29th. The 1-1, a throw over. Pena, it seems like he's got it figured out. Not a huge lead, but easily getting back. And they all look to the dugout to see the signs from the skipper. Line drive into center coming on. LaRouge makes the sliding grab for the second out of the inning.
He got a great break on that ball to track that one down. And that's some defense that GCU is missing out in center field with the injury, but he's back and he's making some statements here so far just in his 4th start in center field this season.
So LaRouge making a nice play on the line drive by Metzger. Best contact David's had in the series. That'll bring up Max Carter. Carter, the senior right-handed hitting first baseman in this one. He and Malik Jones, both typically Friday, Saturday starters for Bakersfield. They've moved Jones unofficially to Sunday. Carter got the start last night, had the no-hitter through 5 1/3, and unable to close it out. Might have got him, and they did. Great snap throw over to first, just taking that left foot off the rubber and throwing sidearm. It looked like Pena was getting ready to go. So, in the end, after some weird happenings on that first batter and the strikeout, Jake Repovich ends up facing the minimum. No runs on no hits, there were no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Lopes coming up.
Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu to find everything GCU. From the newest apparel to the coolest accessories, use promo code GCUTV20 to get 20% off for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley purple. Lopes up.
Isaiah Moten on the mound. He was initially going to be the Sunday starter here. Malik Jones was going to go in this ball game, but they moved him up a day. So Isaiah Moten, number 28-year pitcher, the 6'1" sophomore out of Temecula, California, and Temecula Valley High. Moten will get his 4th start. This will be his 6th appearance, a record of 2-1 and an ERA of 3.48 in 20 2/3, 22 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned runs, 7 walks, 11 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .282 against Moten. New catcher, junior Felix behind home plate. Pinner in left, Pena in center, Tyler Kame in right. Brandon Heinrich at third, Ryan Grosjean at short, David Metzger at second, Max Carter at first. And for the Lopes, Austin Bull will lead things off, the switch hitting second baseman. Tom LaRouge, the center fielder, bats second. Ian Evans, the first baseman, bats third. Zach Malice at third base bats fourth. Tyler Wyatt in left field bats fifth. Garrison Schwartz, your right fielder, bats sixth. Cuba Best, the DH, bats seventh. Josh Meyer behind home plate for this one, bats eighth. And Mark Mumper, the shortstop, bats ninth. So Bull, LaRouge, Evans, Malice, Wyatt, Schwartz, Best, Meyer, Mumper.
And Michael, I know you like fun statistics.
I love fun statistics. I don't just like them.
Jake Repovich has ended the first inning at home. The last 2 games he's pitched at home with a pickoff at first base.
Love it. Be aware. And you know, if we had got that strikeout that he deserved,
he wouldn't have had to do that.
Wouldn't have been able to do that, and that stat would have gone by the wayside.
I almost said it before he got him out. I almost said, watch out, see if Repovich picks this guy off during this inning. But I didn't want to jinx it and not have him pick him off and then me look silly. But now Repovich looks like a genius. 2 pickoffs in 2 games at home.
1-1 count to Bull. Bull started off the first inning in the game last night with a walk. That one misses 2-1. Bull had a fantastic night last night. A couple of walks and then an infield single to break up the no-hitter. Came around to score on the 2-run homer by LaRouge, and then a triple in the 8th, and came around to score on the base hit single by LaRouge. Up high, 3-1 the count to Austin Bull. Talked to Coach Stankiewicz in the pregame interview, and he mentioned that Bull right now, a good line drive hitter, a guy that just needs to get on base at the top of the order, expects his power to increase as he progresses through the Lope system just in his second year, and he starts this ball game the same as he did yesterday with a walk.
2 leadoff walks for both starters, except for Repovich's essential strikeout, but can't find the strike zone to start things off.
His was an interesting walk. LaRouge now. Tommy drove in all 3 runs last night in that ball game. Had a 2-run homer and a base hit single in the 8th. LaRouge hitting .324 on the year. 1 homer, 3 ribby. Good bunt. Moten's got it. Flips it underhand just in time. So this ball game starts the same way for the Lopes. A leadoff walk and a sac bunt by LaRouge. And now man in scoring position, and Ian Evans strides to the plate. Evans, a junior transfer from Gateway College. A top player for GCU, hitting .301, 1 homer, 13 RBI. Good bump by LaRouge with that speed. Every time he's trying for a sac bunt there, but always the possibility of a bunt single. Evans came up in this situation last night. Carter got him to ground out to third. Metzger trying to keep Bull close, up high. He's talking to Ian's dad before the ball game, and he said Ian loves this team, a lot of good teammates, enjoys the way Andy runs the program. The 1-0. Tight. Did it catch him? It did. Well, Evans, the way he spun out, didn't look like he was going to argue that it got him, but very quickly the home plate umpire Matt Stelgas said, yep, it nicked him. So now you got runners at first and second after the walk, the sac, bunt, and the hit by pitch.
Great start for GCU here in the first. Getting a guy in scoring position on a sac bunt and getting a guy on first base as well, and brings up the heart of your lineup with Malice, Wyatt, and hopefully Garrison Schwartz due up.
Zach Malice, .258 on the year, no homers, 11 RBI. Locked down that third base position in the fall. Had been the first baseman last year. Now Grosjean out there at short trying to keep Bull close. Who first pitch over the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Malice in the ball game yesterday 0 for 3. If you look at the ball game yesterday, the top 2 for GCU had Max Carter's number. The rest of the lineup went 0 for 18 against Carter. Up high, 2-0. Or excuse me, 1-1. So already with Evans hit by pitch, you got a guy on base that's not Bull or LaRouge.
Garrison Schwartz walked yesterday as well. But
so the only guy other than Bull and LaRouge to reach the base paths.
Unless there was a fielder's choice, but that doesn't go in on the stat book as a reach. Like, you don't see that as on the box score.
The 1-1. Foul tipped into the mid. Popped out, and Felix snags it and throws it back. Yeah, it was an inauspicious reach on the walk by Schwartz because he was promptly doubled off on a line out by Bess to end the second inning. 1-2 to Malice, Bull at second. Evans at first. The pitch might be 2. Metzger to Grosjean, back to first. That's the inning. Well, the Lopes turned their share of inning-ending double plays last night, 3 to be specific. The first ends on a 4-6-3 double play. So no runs on no hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We've completed 1. No score here from Brazel Stadium. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV.
Learn the art of hospitality management at GCU, right in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona, a top tourism market bustling with opportunity for our hospitality students. Join the student team at GCU Hotel, delivering unmatched service plus amenities like the Oasis Pool, Fitness Center, and Canyon 49 Grill. Learn golf management at GCU Championship Golf Course, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
No score here as we go to the second inning. Repovich back on the hill. He'll face 4, 5, and 6, Carter, Jones, and Grotjean. This very tough lineup for Bakersfield, hitting .314 as a squad. 96 RBI, already 102 runs scored on the season. Wong did a nice job against these guys until the 6th inning. Just gave up a couple of runs, and then Franks and Voroff came in and finished it off for GCU. Carter, the starter last night, playing first base here today. Max hitting .391 in his senior campaign. 1 homer, 13 RBI. Carter, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Drove in a run in the 6th with a base hit single. Righty-lefty matchup here. Rips the first one to the left for a base hit. First hit of the ball game for Bakersfield. First hit of the ball game, period. So Carter aboard, having a nice series, already with 3 base hits in this series. Leadoff man on for the second inning in a row, and that'll bring up Malik Jones. Jones more than likely, although he hasn't been officially named, I don't think, the starter for tomorrow, but we'd imagine he will be. Of course, the Lopes haven't named their starter either, more so because they're just not quite sure. Jones seems like the obvious candidate. First pitch inside, ball 1. Maybe a little strategery by Bakersfield not naming their starting pitcher here. Jones hitting .404, no homers, 13 RBI. Malik played first base last night, the DH here today. The 1-0, down low 2-0. 1 for 4 with an RBI for Jones. Back-to-back base hit singles in the 6th by Carter and Jones. Gave Bakersfield a 2-0 lead, but the Lopes came back with that 2-run homer by LaRouge in the bottom of the 6th to tie it. Up high, 3-0. Now Repovich struggling a bit to find home plate. Well, a couple of sharply hit balls off Repovich. The line out to center for the second out of the first inning by Metzger was struck sharply, and then had a line drive base hit into left by Carter. Fastball right down the pipe, 3-1. I always wonder with a 5-hole hitter, especially early in a ball game, about just giving him the green light on a 3-0. More than likely, the guy's going to come right down the heart of the plate. That was a take all the way. The 3-1. Chop foul. So now, full count. Carter 1 for 1 in stolen bases on the season. He's down at first. No score here in the top of the second. There goes Carter. Chop foul. So Lopes possibly with a chance here for a strike him out, throw him out if they start the runner one more time. Carter trying to run out of the double play. Payoff pitch once again. Carter takes his lead. Evans holding him on at first. Not going. In the air to center, struck pretty well. LaRouge backs, turns, makes the grab for the first out of the inning. That one slicing away from him a bit on the line drive. So a couple of nice plays out there in center field by LaRouge. Good to see him out there patrolling the grounds for GCU.
He covers a lot of ground out in center field, and he's definitely something that the defense needed in center field, and his offense is going to come around eventually as well. Didn't get a lot of ABs, and now he's getting some ABs. Scored all 3 RBIs last year, hit them all in. So he's going to really boost this offense and this defense for GCU.
Ryan Grotjean, best hitter on the squad, coming into this series, swing and a miss. 446 on the year. No homers, 15 RBI, the reigning WAC hitter of the week. Struggled last night, was 0 for 4 in the ball game. Carter down at first. 1 out. We are in the second. The 0-1. They're going to get through. Under the glove of Bull, and Bull smacks the ground with his bare hand. Felt like he should have had that one, but it would have been a tough play. So Grosjean, a base hit single. So a couple base hits in this one. That'll bring up Tyler Kame.
Unfortunate there for Bull. He wasn't able to get that one just underneath his glove. Great dive, though. He covered a lot of ground to get out there, too. He got a good break on the ball as well.
So Tyler Kame hitting a .118 on the year. No homers, 1 RBI. Did not play in the ball game yesterday. Fastball in there for a strike. Kame getting the start for Cole Valletta, the sophomore, who started yesterday. All juniors and seniors, except for the starting pitcher for Bakersfield, in the lineup today. The 0-1. Waited on that one and fouled it back. 0-2. 5 of the 9 position players, the batting lineup here, transfer students into Bakersfield. The 0-2. Fouled that one back again. Pick that off-speed pitch up high. Lopes turned a couple of 1-6-3 double plays last night, and then a line out to first that Evans caught and then stepped on the bag to double off Valletta. So 3 double plays last night for GCU. All 3 of them were inning enders. The 0-2. Fastball just inside, 1-2. See if Repovich can get a ground ball here. Gap in left center field. Swing and a miss. Boy, it looks like that go-to pitch with a couple of strikes is that breaking pitch, that slider breaking sharply down in on the right-handed batter's feet there. Second strikeout of the ball game for Repovich. 2 outs. Brandon Heinrich.
That backdoor slider is really hard to catch up to as a right-handed batter, and it's something that Repovich is going to really utilize and really need to keep in his toolbox if he's going to be able to get these Cal State Bakersfield to swing and miss at a lot of his pitches.
First pitch to Heinrich. Ground ball to short. Mumper goes to second for the out. But that ball had a little spin on it. Took a weird hop, and Mumper stayed with it and fired a strike to Bull to end the inning. So, for Bakersfield, no runs, a couple of base hits, there were no errors, and 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Still no score here from Brazel Stadium. Lopes coming up.
If you're on campus, check out GCBC for locally sourced coffee, tea, and treats. That's the Grand Canyon Beverage Company located in the Student Union, Roadrunner Apartments, and Canyon 49.
Lopes come up here in the bottom of the second, looking for their first base hit of the day. They've had a couple of base runners, a walk to Bull, and Evans was hit by a pitch, but a 4-6-3 double play ended the first for the Lopes. So it'll be Wyatt, Schwartz, and Bess. Tyler Wyatt, the sophomore, getting the start out in left field. And then it'll be Garrison Schwartz and Cuba Bess. Had a pitcher's duel really the whole night last night. Just a 3-2 ball game, but specifically through the first 5 innings. Bakersfield scored 2 in the 6th. The Lopes answered with 2 and took the lead in the game in the 8th. Tyler Wyatt's played every infield position but catcher. Was starting pitcher, relief pitcher last year. Has thrown a bit from the mound this year, as well as playing in left field now. But they like giving Tyler some shots out there. It was a thought he might play a little bit of second base this year. Just trying to find a place to get his bat with the injury to Pavlica and with LaRue's just coming back. They've put him out in left field and see what he can do out there. White hitting .205 on the season. 1 homer, 3 ribby. Takes ball 1. Rips that one in the corner. It'll one-hop the wall. Wyatt's thinking 2. Bobbled out there by Penner, and he strolls into second base with a leadoff double. Second inning in a row, the Lopes have had the leadoff man aboard. That one smoked. A one-hopper off the wall and left.
They got in front of that one and got all of it, driving that one into the corner. Great piece of hitting there by Ty Wyatt to take that pitch into that corner over there.
Wyatt with 4 doubles now on the season. 9 hits and 5 have been extra base hits. 4 doubles and a home run. I'll bring up Garrison Schwartz. So second inning in a row, the Lopes have had a man in scoring position with less than 2 outs. No outs here. First pitch misses outside, ball 1.
Yeah, Motton's not coming inside to Garrison Schwartz like it came into Ty Wyatt. Gary has the ability to really get a hold of one and send it into the parking garage in right field.
Check as a runner. Moten delivers. Fastball misses outside. 2-0. So GCU getting ahead in the count here in the second. Gary hitting .239, a couple of homers, 13 RBI though. Tied for the lead on the team with Evans. Could take over that lead here with the base hit. Tried to check his swing, but foul tipped the ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Gary started slowly last season, came on strong enough that the coaches voted him the WAC preseason player of the year. But he has scuffled a bit early here for GCU. See if he can turn it on in conference play.
Well, you're named conference player of the year for what you do in conference. And he's getting hot right when he needs to, hopefully. It's right during conference, and that's when you'll win player of the year. So Gary can continue his hot batting streaks, and as he did during the weekday series that he had against New Mexico and back in Pepperdine and at St. Mary's. And he's gotten 2 walks so far this series with that one right here.
So runners at first and second for the second inning in a row. This time, though, with nobody out. And Cuba Best, your freshman designated hitter at the plate. And do you ask a guy who hits .308? No homers, 5 RBI, but all kind of power to drop a bunt down here. Or you just let him swing away.
He's a collegiate baseball player. He should be able to know how to put down a bunt, but I don't think you have him bunting here with no outs and runners on first and second with his power.
Carter playing in front of Garrison Schwartz down at first. Tyler Wyatt down at second. They're expecting a bunt here as Carter's starting to come in, not showing bunt. Fastball high. Josh Meyer on deck. Good opportunity for GCU here. And now the catcher, Junior Felix, going to come out and meet his skipper on the mound and have a little chat with Isaiah Moten. Beard was the pitching coach last year, named the interim head coach over the summer this year. So as he has a chat with his pitcher and catcher, not calling the whole infield in, Andy Stankiewicz has a chat with Cuba Bess. And Tyler Wyatt has a chat with Ryan Grotjohn. So everybody pairing up, having a talk, except for the third baseman, Brandon Heinrich, out there all by himself. Beard has had his say. Be a little technical issues there as Moten's been a little wild this inning. Wyatt down at second. Schwartz at first. Nobody out. No score here. Bottom of the second inning. 1-0 count to Cuba Bess. And after the conversation, still not sure what they're going to do here. So Moten calls out his catcher to have a word again. Bess in the ballgame last night, 0 for 3, a line out to second. Hit sharply, but right at David Metzger. Fly out to center, and then struck out looking in the 7th. Now they're ready to go. Check the runner and the pitch. Fastball away, 2-0.
Everything's been away to the powerful left-handed batters for GCU, Garrison Schwartz and Cuba Bess. Fastball's away. Mountain's not really wanting to go inside. Neither is Beard, the pitching coach and head coach for the runners. Don't want to give up anything inside. Wind's blowing to right field as well, so ball could carry.
Inside corner for a strike. 2-1 the count. Seattle already with a victory, 7-2 over Chicago State in WAC play. Even their conference record at 1-1. Playing one more up there in Seattle. 2-1. Missed inside. 3-1.
Chicago State won the opener.
Chicago State won the opener last night. Got the victory.
Good for them.
4-3. Seattle chucked the ball around a bit with runners at the corners. A pickoff attempt over at first, threw it down the line, and what turned out to be the winning run came in to score.
That'll do it.
Jansen Junk got the win today. Evens his record at 3-3. The 3-1. Fouled back. We'll count 3-2. Well, then the top of the 4th in game 2 up in Seattle, and Chicago State's up 4-0.
Oh, they're playing a doubleheader.
Yeah, Chicago State, man.
Wow.
Coming to play this season.
Yeah, Seattle was picked to do very, very well this season as well.
Yeah. Everybody picked them to win it.
They have a great pitching staff up there.
The 3-2. Check the swing. Oh, we went around. Home plate umpire made the call. Well, he made the call very quickly. The catcher, wow. The catcher Felix was pointing out to get help from the umpire in the field. Oof. Yikes. I'm not sure about that one. We'll see. Man,
Yikes,
you got to
that's
ask for
close.
help on that one, folks. That's a bad call by the home plate umpire, Matt Stelgas. He might have gone around, but you can't make that call from behind home plate.
But
So Best strikes out, first out.
But does the umpire in position C have a better angle?
It doesn't
it's the
matter.
exact
Though.
same spot.
It doesn't matter. You got to ask for help on that. If you don't, you can't make that call from behind home plate. That'll bring up Josh Meyer. With the way they're rotated, he has a slightly different angle. That one, swing and a miss strike, but you're not in a position to make that call from home plate unless it's very, very obvious, and that one wasn't obvious. Meyer, 0-1 to count to Josh. Meyer didn't play till late in the game last night. That one in there 0-2. Came in as a defensive replacement, caught the 9th inning there. After Signs pinch hit for Barnes in the 8th. Into right field, gonna get down, might find its way to the wall. It does. Wyatt on his horse, gonna come and score easily. And they're gonna bring Gary. They'll have him with a good throw at the plate. Schwartz gets down, the throw gets by. Now a throw down to third, and Meyer in there safely. Meyer just
Josh
reaches out and slices it down the right field line. 2 runs come across, 2-0 GCU.
He just flicked that one out there trying to stay alive. Knew he had an 0-2 count. Put it in the corner, and I thought off the bat, with the way that the ball was getting into the corner, that Meyer was going to have a chance at 3. They got the ball in really fast out there, getting that one in there. And then Meyer was able to reach third on the throw.
Well, a good throw would have had a really close play at the plate. Probably could have got Gary, but good aggressive base running there by Coach Stankiewicz, sending the runner.
And then Mott double clutched on his throw to third base, and that's why Meyer was able to get into third safely.
Mark Mumper, the number 9 hole hitter, takes strike one. The Lope strike first as Meyer gets a double with one out, drives in two. Josh Meyer, his first extra base hit of the season. Doubles his RBI output from 2 to 4. Shot to second, a hopper. Runner's going to try to score. The throw from Carter, not in time. Meyer, boy, he waited because he looked like he was maybe thinking that Metzger might look his way, but they were giving up the run. They were playing deep on that one.
Smart, though, by the redshirt junior not to just go on contact to the ball to the right side, because you never know if the other team's just going to go straight home, even though they're in a deeper depth defensively. Meyer was able to get home quickly enough after the throw. Got a good jump over there at third base. The secondary put him in a good position.
Top of the order, and Austin Bull. Yeah, typically, if the infield is playing back, you are going to have a contact play. Meyer started, stopped. Once he realized the throw was going to first, not a chance for Carter. First pitch in there, a strike. So Mumper gets the ground out for another run to come home. 3-0 GCU. When fouled off. No balls and 2 strike the count. So 3 runs already across here. Lopes jumping on Moten early. In the air to left, slicing foul, could be trouble. Foul ball, just foul down the line. Well, that had extra bases written all over it. Bull would have cruised into second easily. Just foul. He'll come back, pick up the bat, and do it again. Bull walked his first time up, but was stranded out at second base when the inning ended.
GCU jumping all over Moten here in this inning.
Well, they moved Isaiah Moten up from a Sunday starter to Saturday starter for some reason. The 0-2 up high, 1-2, and now already action in the pen down there for Bakersfield. Count evens at 2 apiece. Is that number 39 down there? Warming up. Looks like Matthew Siebert. 6'6" freshman righty. Might be 35 though too. Kenny Johnson pitched yesterday.
I have terrible eyesight,
breaking
so I
pitch.
wouldn't know.
Missed inside. Good take. Yeah, I can't quite tell either. Now he's looking this direction. Number 35, so it is Kenny Johnson. And he walked him. Boy, good eye by Bull. He took a couple of close ones there. Second walk of the ball game for Bull. 4th walk of the series. He's been on base every time he's been to the plate. 6 plate appearances, been on base all 6 times.
He's a hard out. He's only a sophomore, and he's got very good plate discipline. He's going to be a phenomenal hitter. He already is, but he can get even better too. Everybody can.
LaRouge at the plate. Had the sack bunt his first time up. Low and inside, ball 1. Moten looks all disheveled here in this inning. Well, Kenny Johnson came in, got 1 out in the ball game last night, and it was a caught stealing of the runner on first. Throw over. Bull back. So Johnson, I'll look and see. Might not have even threw a couple of pitches is all to Evans. before LaRouge was caught stealing. The 1-0. Bull starts, stops, fouled off. Well, Coach Stankiewicz said, you know, it's great that we got so much production from the top 2 in the order yesterday, but you can't win many ball games when the only guys that get base hits are your top 2 guys. And he wanted to get some more production at the bottom of the lineup, and boy, he got it here today with Wyatt leading off the inning with a double, then a walk, and after the strikeout by Bess. A hit by Meyer. Fly ball to left, pretty deep, but at the warning track. Caught there and left by Penner, and that is the inning. But 3 runs on 2 hits. There was a 1 error and 1 left on. 3-0 GCU as we go to the 3rd. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV.
Earning your RN to BSN degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. Finding your purpose takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience delivering our accredited RN to BSN program 100% online. Graduate in as few as 16 months, learning from full-time practicing nurse faculty in small classes. Integrate your education with your faith and Christian worldview.
Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
So now Repovich back on the hill in the 3rd to face 9-1-2, Felix, Pena, and Penner. And he's got a 3-0 lead here at Brazil Stadium. Lopes hit the leadoff double in the bottom of the 2nd by Wyatt. The walk to Schwartz, strikeout at Bess, and then a double by Josh Meyer into right field. Scored both Wyatt and Garrison Schwartz. Meyer then came in to score the 3rd run on a ground out by Mumper. Took the Lopes a while to get going in the ball game yet last night against Carter. Didn't score till the 6th inning. Jumping all over the starter Isaiah Moten here in the 2nd. But still, just 2 hits. So an economy of effort here for the Lopes. 3 runs on just 2 hits. Junior Felix, the catcher, senior catcher, lead things off. Number 9-hole hitter in the lineup today for the Roadrunners. Hitting 172, no homers, 3 RBI. Fastball outside, ball 1. Both teams with 2 base hits. Both teams with 2 men left on. Ground ball to short. Mumper sets himself, slings it across. 1 up, 1 down. So the leadoff man retired for the first time in the ball game by Repovich. Top of the order, Mark Pena. Pena had that interesting at-bat to start the ball game. Apparent strikeout on a 1-2 count, and then the umpires gathered together and had a committee meeting and decided that it was a balk and made it 2-2. He ended up walking and then was picked off the end of the inning. That'd be a lesson to you. Nothing good comes out of a committee meeting. Fastball misses, ball 1.
There's a guarantee meant that at least one of the coaches is going to be upset at you if you have a committee meeting.
You're not going to make everybody happy, that's for sure. 1-1 to count. Pena in 302 on the season. No homers, but 6 extra base hits, 3 doubles and 3 triples. Also has driven in 12. A very good hitting Bakersfield lineup here. Fouls it off. 1-2. Having said that, the Lopes have done a nice job. Gave up just 6 hits to this squad and 2 runs last night. Two. Wind picking up a bit, blowing out toward right. Right to the foul pole over there in Brazil. 2-2 pitch to Pena. Checked his swing, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ripped down the line, but foul into the bullpen of the Lopes. Turned on that pitch, but out ahead of it. We'll do the full count again. Payoff pitch, line drive, right center field. That's going to split the fielders and get to the wall. Pena on his horse. Going to cruise into second. Was thinking about a triple, but he'll settle for the one-out double. On base for the second time in the ball game. That'll bring up Andrew Penner. Just squirts that one into right center field and split the fielders. Gary able to track it down off the wall. Penner, strikeout victim, his first time up against Repovich. Penner, the left fielder, hitting .440 on the year. No homers. 7 RBI. Man in scoring position now. That's Pena out at second. Fastball in there for a strike. Penner just one extra base hit. It was a double. But 22 hits on the season. Foul down the third base line. Well, Bull trying to keep Pena close over there at second, but the minute he departs and heads back to his fielding position, Pena extending that lead, getting a very good lead over there. 0-2 count to Penner. Jake with 2 strikeouts through 2 1/3. Now Repovich spins around and forces Pena back to second. Rep his 6th start of the season, 26th career start for GCU. Near to right, coming in, it's going to fall. Runner had to hold, so they're going to have to hold Pena. Nice throw by Schwartz. A one hopper to Meyer, about the level of Ian Evans' head. So runners at the corners here. And that line drive, Pena had to stop at third, but Bakersfield's got something going with the heart of their order coming up. Just one out, David Metzger. He lined out to center on a nice play by the center fielder Tom LaRouge back in the first. So after leadoff ground out by Junior Felix, back-to-back base hits. Now Pena down at third, Penner at first. Penner 1 for 2 in stolen bases. Got the heart of your order coming up, so wonder how much Bakersfield will try to push the action here. Metzger 328 on the year. No homers, 11 RBI. Does have 4 extra base hits. Goes after the first pitch. Into right, coming in. Schwartz makes the grab. Pena starts, but stops. Another good throw by Gary. There's 2 outs, and the runner stay at the corners. Well, Metzger going after the first pitch, trying to get that sac fly, but just didn't get it deep enough.
Yeah, Pena thought about it at third base, but Garrison Schwartz flashed the arm, the first ball into right field, and flashed it again there, and Bakersfield runners might not be going or trying to run on a sac fly to right field anytime soon, unless it's warning track deep.
Well, and you got Carter coming up here. Yeah, you need a 2-out base knock here, and they might try to push the action a bit here with the runners, but Carter's been effective. A base hit single back in the second. And last night, he was 2 for 3 with an RBI single. So give your cleanup man a chance to drive in a run here with the 2-out base knock, and the first pitch down low, ball 1. Carter hitting .400 on the year, 1 homer, 13 RBI. Has struck out 7 times. Repovich trying to get up a jam here in the third. Little chopper foul, 1-1. And Penner over there at first base, not a big lead at all. Evans holding him on.
Doesn't want to get picked off like Pena did back in the first. I don't blame him.
Do we have a stat about ending the third inning with a pickoff?
We can make one up. I like making up statistics.
1-1 count, 2 outs, runners at the corners, Lopes up 3-0. We are in the third. GCU trying to take the first 2 of this 3-game set to open the Western Athletic Conference season. throw over just to keep him close. Repovich, perfect 2-0 in his career versus Bakersfield. Has started 2 games, has won them both. That one ripped. Glove by Malice. Oh, they say he didn't catch it, but he just throws to second for the out, and that is the inning. Not sure exactly why the runner at first with 2 outs, Penner, was heading back to the bag once Malice looked like he caught that ball. Malice thought he caught it right away, lifted it up in the air, but the umpire right on it said no, safe, and that could have been disaster had there not been a runner at first, but there was, and so he makes the throw down to second. Tough to see if he made the catch or not, but very quickly the umpire said no, and for some reason, the runner at first, after he thought it was caught, decided to go back to the bag. But the Lopes get out of the inning unscathed here on the force out at second. 3-0 GCU leads, and the Lopes coming up here in the bottom of the third.
Want to work on campus? GCU is hiring student workers for summer 2017. Some jobs may start as soon as this semester. Build your resume and gain real-world experience as a GCU student worker. Find a job on March 29th on the Student Union Promenade, or start applying online today at gcu.edu/student employment.
Well, a couple of base hits by Bakersfield in the top of the third, a double and a single with just 1 out, but could not produce a run. Repovich pitches out of the jam, and it's still a 3-0 lead for GCU. Heart of the order coming up, Evans, Malice, and Wyatt for the Lopes. Mentioned that Seattle got the win in the second game of their series, 7-2, but Chicago State up on Seattle 4-0. And now they moved that game because of impending weather. Isn't there always impending weather in Seattle?
I was just about to say that. I'm from the Northwest. There's always impending weather. But I'm surprised they were trying to get it in as a doubleheader. They probably have a full field of turf up there, so unless it was really coming down and super windy, they usually get stuff in even if it's 35 degrees and pouring down rain. They just keep throwing Diamond Dry out on the mound.
Ball 1 to Evans. Evans was hit by a pitch back in the first. Moden back out there. We had action in the pen last inning, but he stayed in. Ground ball left side. Grosjean gets in front of it, waits on it, fires in time to get his man. Got to bring up Malice. Malice ground into the inning-ending double play back in the first. Well, New Mexico State not playing conference play. They're out at UC Santa Barbara, down 4-0 in the second. Later on tonight, Utah Valley at UTRGV.
That's
Northern
a tough
Colorado's
matchup.
already got a win, 9-5. Taking the first 2 from Sac State. Only
Good for
misses ball
them.
1.
Good for Northern Colorado. That's Northern Colorado or Chicago State. Big-time games over some big-time teams. in the
Everybody
WAC.
overlooking them this year,
Yeah.
right? Come out firing.
That's how you
Fastball
make a
pie.
statement, too. Knock off Sac State and Seattle in first series you guys play. Wow. That's good, too.
Pretty well to center. Heading back on the track, making the grab. The center fielder Pena for out number 2. Sounded good off the bat. Drove it a long way, but out to one of the deepest parts of Brazil Stadium. Tracked down by Pena. Tyler Wyatt led off the second with the double. Came around to score the first run of the ball game for GCU. Wyatt now hitting .225 on the season. 1 homer, 4 doubles. And there for a strike on the outside corner. That went up high, the breaking pitch. 1-1. Wyatt has appeared in a couple of games on the mound. Just 2/3 of an inning. Hasn't gone so well for him this year. Finished off last year. One of the top pitchers for GCU. Ripped into left for a base hit. Wyatt 2 for 2 today. So Tyler's seeing Moten very well. And a 2-out base knock keeps the inning marching on. Gary walked and scored in front of, or behind Wyatt, I should say, on that double by Meyer. Back in the second. Good to see Tyler swinging the bat well. Wyatt has yet to attempt a stolen base this year. Gary goes after the first pitch just a little bit late and fouls it back. Swartz has walked a couple times in this series. Both times in second innings of ball games. Walked in the second last night and in the second here. Oh, 1 in the air to center. Pena coming over toward left. Comes in, makes the grab, and that is the inning. So for the Lopes, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and a man left on base. We've completed 3-0 GCU with the lead. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/.
GCU with the lead. 3-0 here as we go to the fourth. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 4 left on for Bakersfield. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 left on for GCU. I'll turn things over to Fletcher Light to take you through a couple innings here.
GCU hitting the ball well back in that 3rd inning, but unable to produce any runs. 2 flyouts to center. And that ended the inning. So it's back to the 4th, and it's Jones, Grotjohn, and Kame due up for the runners from CSU Bakersfield. Malik Jones tabbed to start today, as we talked about, but has been moved to most likely tomorrow. Grotjohn, team leading in average, singled back in the 2nd inning. He's in the on-deck circle. Jake Repovich still out in the circle, on the mound, doing a lot of softball. Jake Repovich is that innings eater that GCU and Rich Dorman and Andy Stankiewicz have been looking for. He'll get beat up a little bit, but he'll last a long time, give his team a chance to score some runs. And that's what he's done so far. He's over 31 innings started, 31 2/3 coming into the game with a 4.26 ERA, but he's got a 1-2 record, and he's had to deal with a lot of flack from other teams' offense and try to keep his team in games and give his bullpen some rest. He has a 2-1 count here to Jones, who's 0 for 1 today. Flew out to center. A deep drive to right center field that LaRouge is able to track down. We have a
Beard not happy with that. The home plate umpire once again, I believe, made the call himself on a check swing, and now Beard arguing it. The home plate umpire said that Andy, he wasn't going to allow Andy to argue that, and now Beard out there arguing it. Going to head back. We saw Coach Stankiewicz, I believe it's up in St. Mary's, got run for arguing. Was it a check swing up there at St. Mary's? Yeah, they don't like that. You're not supposed to argue balls and strikes, but he sends Beard back to the dugout.
the fastest way to leave the ballpark.
Yeah.
Ground ball right at Malice on the one hop and throws over to first for out number 1. So Malik Jones 0 for 2 today. Didn't get any help from his skipper fighting for him. And either way, it brings up Grotjohn, who's 1 for 1 today, and then was the third out of the inning back in the second on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, Grotjohn, the reigning WAC hitter of the week from Brophy High right here. Homecoming didn't go so well last night. Hasn't gone so well in this game either.
Handful of guys from Arizona. Cole Valletta as well.
Yeah, that's true. He did get a base hit this game. I was looking down and saw that he was forced out, but he did get a base hit. So it's going okay, this game. Slices it over there.
Heads up over there in the GCU dugout. Grotjohn's not a batter GCU wants to get hot here in the series. Kept him cold so far. He's 1 for 5 in the series. He's not somebody that, or he is somebody that can get going quickly. Swings through that one on an inside pitch from Repovich.
Yeah, some gaudy batting averages coming into this series for these Bakersfield guys. I mean, Grosjean was up around 475. It's already dropped down to 455 in the series, but.
And it's not as if they've played poor opponents. Played UC Riverside, played Utah Pac-12 opponent. Portland's good, played UC Santa Barbara as well. Played against Nebraska, scoring 8 runs late in the ball game against Nebraska. So they played some good quality teams, have a quality record at 11-6, and some great numbers offensively, except for the bottom half of that lineup. 3 hitters hitting under 200. Repovich has worked himself into a full count here against Grosjean. The delivery. Chopped foul down the first baseline, so Repovich will get another chance at Grosjean.
Grosjean just staying alive. Looking for a pitch he can turn on here. One of the few lefty-lefty matchups in the lineup for Bakersfield.
Ooh, gets him on the elbow. So Grosjean will take his base after taking a pitch to the arm, and that one's going to hurt.
Yeah, you worry about that on that elbow. See if it caught him right on the elbow, or did it get a little below it? That's where you have high possibility of a fracture there when you hit that elbow. Hopefully you got a little bit of meat to the forearm possibly, but looks okay. He didn't rub it. He kind of just bent down and took his base.
It's in that silly bone area, and that can be numb for minutes. Brings up Tyler Kame, struck out in his last at-bat. Looks at a pitch on the outer part of the plate, just outside for ball number 1.
The Lopes have hit, 3 batters now in the series? Hit Carter in the first inning, hit Valletta in the 7th last night, and now hit Grosjean here, and then Evans was hit, so 4 hit batters in this series.
Quick throw over to first base, not in time. Just keeping Grosjean over there. 1 for 3 stolen base attempts. Not super dangerous on the base paths, but has some range. He plays shortstop, so he could take off here. See if Repovich throws over again. The delivery home. In the dirt, gets away from Meyer to his right. So Grosjean will take second base on the wild pitch.
Yeah, that's a gift because this bottom third has not done a lot this entire series, and so you wondered if maybe Bakersfield would push things, even though Grosjean not a huge base stealer, might try to run a little bit, but Lopes just give him second base there and put him in scoring position.
Breaks up the double play opportunity here with 1 out. 2-0 count to Kame. Big lead at second base for Grosjean. Comes home and delivers a pitch right over the top of the plate for strike number 1.
It looked like Kame was either guessing something else or taking all the way, because that looked like a pretty good pitch. Couldn't pull the trigger.
Changeup looked like it froze Kame there a little bit. GCU leading 3-0 here in the top of the 4th. Runner on second base is Grosjean. Comes inside and gets him on the foot.
Well, trying to throw that slider that breaks right in at the toes, and it got him on the toes. So back-to-back hit batters with a wild pitch sandwiched in between.
That slider that had been working for Repovich all game long so far through the first 3 innings just gets away from him there, and that'll bring out Dorman here for a little mound visit with Meyer and Repovich.
Almost get the feel for both these pitchers, Moten and Repovich, that they've been trying to just get a little too cute with their pitches, a little too perfect, a little too fine. And Moten's been all over the place, and when he's gotten a pitch over, it's been right over the plate, and the Lopes have hit it well. Very quick visit, though.
Dorman's applying the spring
fast.
training 35-second,
30-second clock on him, right?
Yeah, 30-second mound visit time here at the college level. Almost ran out there, too.
Hey, he jogged out, said like 2 words, and jogged back. I think he looked at the home plate over and said, come on, let's go. Get that batter in the batter's box. We're ready to roll. Evans playing behind the runner at first. So Cam will get a good jump here with just 1 out.
Just missing outside to Heinrich. Grounded into a fielder's choice to end the second.
Well, this is where it gets a little dicey. You got the number 8 batter up, and as we mentioned, the bottom third hasn't been too much for Bakersfield, but then you're staring at the top of the order if you don't get an out or two here.
Heinrich grounded to the left side of Mumper deep into the hole to his right. Mumper was able to throw the runner out at second base. Ground ball to Mumper here would induce a double play most likely. That pitch is down low for ball number 2, so it's a 2-0 count here with 1 out in the inning, with runners on first and second for Repovich and GCU. Holding on to a 3-0 lead, putting a 3 spot up back in the second inning. A couple of doubles and a couple of walks, and we're able to push 3 runs across for GCU. The 2-0. Ground ball left side, double play opportunity, gets 1 at Malice. Throw it to first in time.
There we go.
And that ends the inning. Repovich out of that little jam there after 2 straight hit by pitches. And that'll end the inning, sending us to the bottom of the 4th. GCU up 3-0 here on GCU TV.
Check out
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
and second and 4th time in the game a player's been hit by a pitch.
4 hit by pitches today, 2 or 3 yesterday. And
Yeah.
this could get dicey in the rubber match or series finale tomorrow. See if GCU can sweep it tomorrow. Might see some
Boy, big lead over
jawing.
there.
Might possibly. First pitch to Mumpers upstairs to the letters. Meyer very aggressive over there at first base.
Action at pin for Bakersfield once again. Same guy, Kenny Johnson, warming up.
Bunt shown. Great bunt here by Mumper, trying to leg it out. The throw from Heinrich,
Ooh.
just in time.
What a play by Carter at first. That throw was going right into the runner. How did he reach out and grab that? Bailed out his third baseman. Good idea, bunting for the base hit. A great play down there at third to field and get the throw off, but man, what a snag by Carter.
Could have popped off the helmet and gone any which direction. Either way, Myers at second base with now 2 outs in the inning, and it brings up Bull in the top of the lineup here for GCU. Bull is 0 for 0 today with 2 walks, and he's reached base every single time he's gone to the plate here in the series against Bakersfield. Big lead for Meyer at second base. Driven up the middle into left center, and Meyer's rounding third base. It's an RBI single for Austin Bull.
2-out base knock, and Bull is the Roadrunner killer in this series, and the other Roadrunner killer coming up to play right now, Tom LaRouge.
2 RBIs and 2 runs scored for Josh Meyer. It's a 4-0 lead. Look at that swing there by Austin Bull. Keep his hands to the zone and send it into left center, and this could be the day for Isaiah Mott, and it looks like it.
Yeah, he scuffled a bit from the get-go. I mean, had a walk in the first inning, a hit by pitch, got out of it with that double play, but struggled in the second. Got through it in the third, but the Lopes, as you, I think, mentioned, Fletcher, got some good lumber on the ball, just had some flyouts and really struggling here. So his day is done for Bakersfield.
How about Josh Meyer raising his batting average? 55 points on 2 straight swings. He's 2 for 2 today. That's going to go up. It's 286 right now, and he's 1 for 1.
Well, he's making the argument, you know, for more playing time back there behind home plate. That's another position. They like the way Griffin Barnes catches a ball game, but Griffin hitting just 205, so they're looking for somebody to come in and, you know, take that over. So Meyer's making an argument. Maybe he should be the guy that gets to start tomorrow as well.
If they don't go with Meyer after today's performance, I think we both would be pretty surprised. 2 for 2 today. 5 total hits on 15 attempts. So he's hitting 333 with 4 RBIs and now 3 runs scored.
And the new pitcher, Kenny Johnson, seems to be the go-to guy for Bakersfield. Just a freshman, but he's the guy who came in for Max Carter in the 8th inning last night and got the final out of the inning. It was actually a caught stealing of Tom LaRouge. But he's the first guy out of the pen here again today for Bakersfield.
So he technically has not faced a batter here against GCU. Right-handed pitcher coming in. Long body out there on the mound. Good whip out there from Kenny Johnson at 6 foot. Looks a lot taller than 6 foot out there, though.
Yeah, Johnson, a 7.36 ERA, a record of 0-1. This is his 10th appearance. Does have 1 save. And in 11 innings, Johnson, 14 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned, walked 4, and struck out 12. But opponents hitting .304 against Kenny Johnson.
And the dangerous part of the lineup for GCU with LaRouge, Evans, Malice, then Wyatt, and Garrison Schwartz. Could be dangerous here for Bakersfield. Could be a fun inning for GCU. LaRouge is 0 for 2 today with a sacrifice bunt. Johnson comes set and then throws over to first base. Bull's back in safely.
2 outs here. We saw what LaRouge could do with 1 swing of the bat last night. Had that 2-run homer that brought Bull in the 6th inning. That was against Carter, the starter.
Throw back over to first base, not in time. Well, I said Meyer was 2 for 2 today. He's 1 for 1. I thought he singled, but I just assumed that he got hit by that pitch.
Hit by a pitch, yeah, right on that elbow.
So he's hitting 286. Still good numbers for Meyer, even though he's only had a couple at bats. Lifted to center, and Pena's going to be able to camp underneath that one for the 3rd out of the inning. But GCU's able to push a run across. Josh Meyer coming around to score after a 1-out hit by pitch. Coming in on an RBI single by Austin Bull, who's 1 for 1 today and has reached base all.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. When they say find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Junior Felix, Mark Pena, and Andrew Penn are due up for the runners here in the 5th inning. GCU leading 4-0 here on GCU TV. Fletcher Like and Michael Potter here. Both teams with 4 hits, but GCU's up 4-0 here, and Repovich is back out was Isaiah Mutton didn't last very long there through the fourth. Was able to toss and finish after 3 2/3 innings before coming out. And Kenny Johnson was able to record the last out of the inning. But either way, Repovich still out there. That innings eater, that engine for GCU has been rocking. He's gotten out of a couple jams, and he's out here for the 5th.
Yeah, Moten's day, 3 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, walked 3, struck out 1 through 55 pitches, 31 for strikes. But out of the game here. Johnson came in and finally got to actually record a batter faced and got an out.
So Junior Felix steps in and swings at the first pitch he sees, lifted to the left center, and LaRouge, who covers a lot of ground, grabs that one for out number 1.
It's fun to watch Tommy play center field. Just kind of a lot of speed, but more that gliding speed out there as he covers the ground.
He's an antelope. Was going to go with the gazelle, but antelope sounded better.
Fits better, right?
Yeah, I like using puns and plays on words. Back to the top of the lineup for the runners, Mark Pena. 1 for 1 today with a walk. He doubled back in the 3rd inning. He got picked off in the 1st as well. Repovich has picked off 2 batters, or 2 runners essentially, in the 1st inning to end the inning in his last 2 starts here at Brazos Stadium. In there for strike number 2.
Repovich, 3rd time through the order here. That's typically a little dicey for the starters. We'll see what he has in store for these batters as he faces them the 3rd time.
The 0-2 swung on and grounded just foul down the 3rd baseline. So Pena's staying alive in this at-bat.
You just get a feel that the Lopes are starting to feel a lot more comfortable after that win last night. You know, they'd had games where they'd gone into the 9th with a chance and kind of blown it. They got that one under their belt. And the way they came back and scored their runs. And now with 4 on the board here already early, be nice to see them just put a team away and, you know, cruise through the second half of this ball game.
Hasn't really been a game that they've just been able to put a team away, except for that Oklahoma State series where they're up 6-0 and 4-0 on Oklahoma State, ending those games 6-1 and 4-0. But other than that, they've had some rocky games, especially that 22-3 loss to New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico, the very next game, what they put like, how many on the board? 29 against UNLV.
Wow.
51 runs in 2 games.
Sounds like GCU against Bradley last year.
The Lopes coming in this game had 89 runs total in the season.
And New Mexico goes and puts 59 up.
51 in 2 games.
51 in 2 games.
I want to save some of those.
The 2-2 gets away from Meyer, but nothing hurt there. It's a full count. And we knew New Mexico had offensive power, and they just didn't come to play the first game. GCU able to take that one 6-1 to split the series. And then after GCU was through the first game, New Mexico bats came back to life. The 3-2 pitch, grounded. Malice unable to get to it. The long throw from Mumper, not in time.
Well, once that got past Malice, he was the only one that had a shot at it. Mumper, a nice job, showed the arm, but not nearly in time. So Pena aboard once again, 3rd time in the ball game.
Penner, who's 1 for 2 today, singled in the 3rd inning. A ball that just got past the diving reach of Austin Bull.
Wouldn't be shocked here if Bakersfield didn't try to get something going. Seems like it's kind of in that part of the game where they're going to have to push the action a bit.
Start manufacturing some runs rather than just hoping that hits come along at timely opportunities.
I mean, you got the heart of the order coming up after Penner, but...
And Max Carter's been playing well, hitting the ball well. He's in the hole. The 1-0. Repovich comes home just outside. It's 2-0 now to Penner.
Well, and I guess you don't have to do too much. I mean, if Rep's going to struggle to find the dish, you can wait a little bit longer. And Pena did get picked off, so he might not be seeing that move very well.
okay lead down there at first base. Rebovich comes home again. This one clips the black just enough, and it's 2-1 with 1 out in the inning. Double play is in order here for GCU. If Penner can ground out into the middle of the infield, or a hot shot right at Malice. The 2-1. Fouled back. After the Bakersfield matchup, GCU is going to travel down, face the number 6 team in the country in Arizona on Wednesday, facing off against the Wildcats on the Pac-12 network down in Tucson, Arizona. Then they'll be back at home to end March and begin April against Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado leading the WAC right now, 2-0, playing right now as well. Repovich comes home, the 2-2, fouled back again.
So Penner staying alive, having a good at bat against Rep. Chicago State pushing their lead now at 5-0 at Seattle. Trying to win that series. That's the rubber match of the series. Second game of the doubleheader.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Chicago State tabbed to finish 9th in the WAC, knocking off the team picked to finish 1st in the WAC in Seattle University. On the road, in some nasty weather up in the Northwest. 2-2 placed right back at Repovich. And that's going to be a single and keep Pena at second base. Hot shot right back up at Repovich.
Well, and now you got something going if you're Bakersfield with just 1 out. Metzger coming up. He's scuffled a bit in this series, to say the least, but he's hit the ball hard in that first inning, a line out to center field and a fly out to right, a shallow fly out with a man on third base. Couldn't get him home, but dangerous hitter all the same. Back-to-back singles after the fly out to start the inning. Well, need another inning double play. They've got 4 of them in the series.
Metzger's 0 for 5 in the series with a walk. Runners on first and second here for him.
Oh,
runners take
jump.
off.
Myers
throw
got a
to
chance.
third. Just off the bag. Malice had to dive to hold on to it.
So everybody moves up. The double steal. Pena got a huge jump. Penner could just stroll into second.
That takes away the double play opportunity, at least the normal 4-6-3 or 6-4-3 or 5-4-3 double play. Have to be a line drive that creates a base running mistake by a runner, a runner's runner. The 0-1 upstairs. The runner's dugout starting to come alive a little bit here. They smell some runs here that they could score against Repovich. One count here with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Repovich comes home. Line drive right at Mumper. And that was 2 outs in the inning. Right when they needed a line drive, they got one.
It was diving a bit off the bat. Mumper had to stay with it. And, you know, sometimes when you catch it at that angle he's got, he's seeing that come off the line. If it pops up above the backstop like it did, you're looking into the crowd of white shirts and the sun glinting off of bleachers and such, but stayed with it and made the catch for the second out. Nobody could advance. But the ever-dangerous Carter now. He's got a nice series.
Went 2 for 3 in the opener. He's 1 for 2 here today. He's hit the ball and put the ball in play each time he's been in the plate, at the plate. 2 outs here and 2 runners in scoring position for him. Outside.
And Jake Wong sitting behind home plate, charting some pitches, just walked down and hollered something to Dorman, the pitching coach, possibly about how they want to throw to Carter. What worked for him last night.
Upstairs, 2-0 now to Max Carter.
No action in the Lopes pin, but one pitcher standing up out there. A.J. Frank standing up. Now they're starting to throw. Lefty out there starting to throw for GCU. Might be Andrews.
Lifted. It's going to stay in the ballpark, and it's going to stay in the infield. Austin Bull camping underneath it.
There you go.
And Repovich has gotten out of 2 jams, this one bigger than the last, in 2 straight innings. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. GCU still holding on to a 4-0 lead here against the runners of CSU Bakersfield.
Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GCUTV20. You get 20% off just for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley purple. Lopes up.
Nerve-wracking inning there for Repovich and GCU with runners on 2nd and 3rd and just 1 out. Repovich was able to induce a line drive right at Mumper and then get this hot bat of Max Carter to pop one up in the infield to end the inning. And GCU still holding on to that 4-0 lead here over the runners of CSU Bakersfield, looking to close out the game here as we're about midway through this one, and hopefully start the WAC season off with a series win.
Yeah, that's just gutsy pitching by Repovich. I mean, you could tell he's struggling pretty much the whole game, placing his pitches. He's been in and out of the zone, off the plate, but through 5 innings, he's scattered 6 hits, walked 1, struck out a couple, and thrown 84 pitches. We'll see if he comes back out. Imagine he will for the 6th. As Coach Stanko was saying, they need their 2 Jakes to go deep into ball games, but gutsy pitching performance there, especially after the double steal. And you got 1 out and 2 guys in scoring position, and the 3 and 4 hole hitters coming up for Bakersfield.
Repovich always starts well. His first couple innings are always strong, and then he always, just every pitcher, they always seem to dive off a little bit. Sometimes pitchers don't start well, but then they find their rhythm and then they're dominant the rest of the way. Either way, Repovich has been able to get batters out when he needs them to. Ian Evans, Zach Malice, and Ty Wyatt due up for GCU. First pitch was outside at Ian Evans. The 1-0 from Johnson is outside again, this time a little bit lower.
And this is obviously where you'd love to see the Lopes, with the heart of the order coming up, really pile on some runs here. They got the crooked number in the 2nd, got 1 more in the 4th, but you almost feel like, as that one catches the corner, that if they could just put another crooked number on the board, they might just do it for the ball game. Although, you know, Bakersfield not going to quit playing, but nice to see him give himself some breathing room here.
3-1 count here to Ian Evans. That transfer from Gateway College threw up a bunch of numbers, 51 RBIs over at Gateway, and he's started off well here, 13 RBIs to his name here. Ground ball, that one's going to get through the hole, and a leadoff single for Ian Evans here in the 5th inning.
First base hit of the ball game for Evans, but was on base with a hit by pitch. First base hit of the series for Evans, and leadoff man aboard for GCU. Only the 3rd time they've done that. 1st, 2nd, and 5th now they've had the leadoff man aboard.
They scored a run in the 2nd when they got the leadoff runner on board. That was Ty Wyatt, who doubled. He's on deck right now. Zach Malice, 0 for 2 today, steps in against Johnson. Up at the letters for ball number 1.
Not showing any sign to bunt here with your cleanup man at the plate, up 4-0.
Zach Malice entered the game hitting .258 with 17 hits, 4 doubles, and 11 RBIs. He looks at a breaking ball that stayed upstairs but looked pretty good.
Johnson pitching behind the first 2 guys he's faced here in this 5th.
Pickoff over to first base is off the bag. Ian Evans getting back in safely. Chicago State up 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning on Seattle University. Looking to win that series. Fastball inside, swung through by Malice.
Big cut by Malice on that one. Saw it well, but just sliced in on his hands.
Two-one count. Nobody out here in the 5th. Ian Evans is over there at first base after singling past the shortstop and the third baseman. Another throw over to first base. Repovich has lowered his ERA to 3.68 here. Down from 4.26. Hasn't allowed any runs across for the runners. The 2-1. Just at the knees for strike number 2. It's 2-2 now to Zach Malice, third baseman for GCU.
Yeah, Northern Colorado got the win today, 9-5 at home against Sac State. So they've taken the first 2 and won that series already on a Saturday. Surprises in the WAC already.
Northern Colorado picked to finish 8th, knocking off the number 3 team. Picked to finish 3rd. And it's a full count here for Malice after that breaking ball missed up high.
Now do you start the runner here, Evans, with the 3-2 count, nobody out, up by 4.
Runner takes off, swing and a miss. And there's no throw down to second base.
Huh, that was interesting. I don't know if Felix just had trouble getting the ball or after that back swing by Malice, if he just didn't see it clearly or what. But Evans down at second now, the stolen base.
Second stolen base for Ian Evans on the season. He's still perfect, 2 for 2. And brings up Ty Wyatt, who doubled back in the second inning to start things off and scored the first run of the ball game. His run is the difference maker so far. No pickoff back to second base. Metzger wanted it. Johnson threw the ball into the left-handed batter's box.
Yeah, there was a miscue there. That's why Metzger, the senior, coming in to talk to the freshman.
As is Beard, the interim head coach. That was a play called from the dugout to try to get Ian Evans picked off at second base. So a 3-player and a manager chat down there at the dugout. Excuse me, out the mound. Beard coming from the dugout.
Stelga's going to go out and break it up now. Yeah, a different visit than what we saw Rich Dorman do when he went out to talk to Repovich in the top of the 5th. Just kind of jogged out there very quickly, almost just kind of a hit and run discussion. Got on the dirt, said something, and spun around and headed back. Beard taking his time out there. Everyone to slow the freshman down a little bit. Wyatt having a day here. Double, single. Run scored.
A triple and a home run away from the cycle. That's common. Single and double. The triple and the home run are the hard ones, yeah. He has a runner in a scoring position. Could get his first RBI of the game. Looks at a pitch low for ball number 1. Johnson getting the sign from the catcher, Felix. Will come set. Evans getting a good lead down there at second base. Metzger breaks from the bag. Wow. Climbs the ladder at the letters. And it's 3-0 here to Ty Wyatt. Johnson trying to pitch around Wyatt, and he's not offering it any of these pitches that are all been pretty high except for that one low in the zone. Johnson comes set, looks back at second base, looks back again, and then will deliver home. This one right over the top of the plate for strike number 1, right down the middle.
Taken all the way there. He'll have obviously the green light here on 3-1. Looks down to his head coach. Gary on deck.
delivery lifted out of play.
Might have been ball 4 there. Looked a little high around the shoulders.
Johnson worked his way out of that 3-0 unfavorable count into a 3-2 count here. 1 out in the inning and runner at second base, and Ty Wyatt's going to need to put a ball in play here. Staying alive with 2 strikes now. Garrison Schwartz on deck. Hitting 236, ball 4. Runners on first and sec.
Well, that breaking pitch stayed up, but you could tell by the way the knees buckled there that Wyatt was a little surprised by that one. On base though for the 3rd time in the ball game. See if Gary can get it rolling here. Nothing to show for in this series, but a couple of walks. Did score a run though back in the 2nd after the walk in this ball game.
Freshman trying to overpower a junior here. Preseason WAC Player of the Year, Garrison Schwartz. Slow start, hitting 236, but has 13 RBIs.
Got a balk
That's
there.
a balk.
So on the balk now, a couple of guys in scoring position.
Hoping to get a replay for you. Yep, there it was.
Just a little twitch there.
A little twitch by that front leg.
Well, he'd been having some trouble with Ian Evans out there at second base. Missed a call from the dugout to throw back there and had been bothering him. Well, now you got the infield in. Don't want to go down 5-0 here in the 5th.
Garrison Schwartz with the power to break this game really wide open, more than it actually is and is right now. Give Rebovich and the bullpen a lot of breathing room and a lot of room to work with.
He got good speed out there at second with Wyatt, and he's going to get pretty much any lead he wants with the infield in. Nobody's paying too much attention to him out there at second. Probably even could get a bigger lead.
High chopper at first base, coming home with the play. Safe just underneath the tag. Ian Evans, great slide there, slides the hand under the glove.
Great camera work by the crew there. Beautiful shot of that one. You could see that Evans going on contact, able to slide in safely. So now they're going to go for a double play up the middle, but the corner's probably still.
From our angle, it looks like Carter was able to get his foot on the bag at first base to get at least 1 out, and that's why he was coming home so quickly. But Garrison Schwartz safe at first base. Garrison Schwartz takes off, ground ball left side. No double play opportunity. Grotjon off the.
Oh, what a play by Grotjon. He's falling down as he throws. It still gets enough on it to get the out at first, but another run comes across. There you go, Lopes tacking some on here.
RBI for Best and an RBI for Schwartz here in the inning. It's a 6-0 ball game. The runner at second base for Josh Meyer, who has 2 RBIs and has reached base twice today. Also scored 2 runs. Grotjon showing why he's a starter at shortstop. Ooh, looks like Carter might have pulled his foot off the bag a little bit there too. Wasn't seen by the first base umpire, Mattingly.
Well, a little movement there. They had Garrison Schwartz running on that play. It looked like a little hit and run there because Best just trying to put the ball in play. Did his job, got a run in. Got another man in scoring position.
Took away the double play opportunity as well, because otherwise Grotjon was going to be able to play that one. Lifted to center. Metzger and the right fielder coming underneath it. And that's out number 3 to end the inning. But GCU puts another crooked number on the board, scoring 3 runs in the last 2 innings. It's 6-0 here at Brazel. GCU leading the runners from California up 6-0.
campus at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
GCU taking some opportunities from Bakersfield and is able to put 2 more runs across the plate. Ian Evans, great jump at third base to score on that. An hour and 48-minute game so far. The 1-1. Lined in the left field, Ty White there for the grab, and that's out number 1.
Those can be tricky out there, especially off the bat of a left-hander. Wyatt played it nicely, started over towards his left, and then over toward the line to make the grab for the first out of the inning.
Brings up Tyler Kame. Struck out in the second and got hit by a pitch in the fourth. Back-to-back hit pitches in the fourth for Repovich. There, Grosjean and Kame. Then got out of a big jam in the fifth. Looking to induce a ground ball here with 1 out runner at first base. Throws over 2 first, not in time to get Jones.
You wouldn't imagine Jones would be running here down 6-0, but he is 2 for 2 in stolen bases. And as we mentioned, you got that bottom third of the order that has scuffled this entire series.
Put some pressure on Repovich with that scuffling bottom half of the lineup. Deep fly ball to right off the base of the wall. It's going to be extra bases for Kame. Runners on second and third here for the runners, 1 out.
So 1 out double gives life to the runners. That one just took the outside pitch, and the wind helped it, flew it out there to right. A couple guys in scoring position for Heinrich. And Coach Stankiewicz talking with Coach Dorman. That might be it. Andrews, the lefty, might be coming in.
Repovich's day is done as Stankiewicz points to the bullpen, and that's going to bring out Andrews.
Well, the 6-run lead gives you a little bit longer leash, but now with 2 guys in scoring position, you know, long ball here cuts the lead in half, and you know, with just 1 out, you don't want to flip that lineup here. You know, I want to get this thing done with Heinrich and Felix and not give a chance to Pena and Penner and Metzger in the top of the order.
So Repovich's day is done. 7 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 5 1/3 innings pitched. Faced 25 guys. Gave up 2 doubles, only 7 flyouts, 5 groundouts. 57 strikes out of 93 pitches. ERA down to 3.65 here, but is responsible for the runners on second and third. And Andrews comes in to the game in a bit of a jam.
Andrews, the 5'11" sophomore out of Queen Creek, Arizona, and Queen Creek High. The fortunate thing for Andrews is he's got the bottom of the order, but we just saw the number 7 hitter Kame hit one off the wall, so gotta be careful with these guys. But last time up, Heinrich ground into an inning-ending double play. And Felix yet to get a base hit in this ball game, so the next 2 guys he's going to face are 0 for 4. It's probably not the best outing of the year for Repovich.
First outing for Repovich here in a very, very cold trip to Kansas. Gets from Repovich, but it might be enough with that 6-0 lead if the bullpen can hold.
A lot of chatter from that Bakersfield dugout.
Lifted to right field, just going to get foul into the bullpen for the runners. Heinrich's 0 for 2 today, grounded into a fielder's choice in the second to end the inning, and grounded into a double play to end the inning in the fourth.
Yeah, he was 0 for 3 yesterday, too. Still looking for his first base hit here in this series.
Bunt shown. Andrews fields
play
it,
at the
throws
plate.
home, run down at second and third.
Just run him all the way back to the bag, tag him out there, and Jones stays in the rundown long enough to get the runner down to second, but Boy, it looked almost like a safety squeeze, or I guess it was a suicide squeeze. He was coming, but right back to Andrews. Interesting play down with two guys in scoring position, down 6-0.
Jones did not get a good jump if it was a suicide squeeze. He was really slow off the bag.
But then if it's safety, why go? And it goes right back to get something going with Heinrich at the plate. Worked out well for the Lopes.
The number 9 hole hitter, Junior Felix, looks at a first pitch strike.
Way around to second, so still a couple guys in scoring position for Felix. And a 2-out base knock now, though.
The 0-1 swung on and missed.
Late on that one. Well, Price says more about Bakersfield not being comfortable to leave it in the hands of their bottom two hitters than anything else.
It's going to be a storyline the rest of the series. The 0-2 just got a piece of it to stay alive.
I like the way Andrews is attacking these guys here. Stankowicz's not worrying about that whole righty-lefty thing, just going with the best guy out of the pen for him right now, and that's a lefty.
The 0-2 just missing upstairs, but Felix wanted it. Just
he almost
did enough to lay off. Andrews gets his sign. Doesn't look at second or third. Comes home. Just fouled back again. Staying alive here. 1-2 count for Felix, who's 0 for 2 today. 0 for 5 in the series.
Pretty good at bat for the senior. Fouling him back and staying alive.
Junior Felix getting the duties behind the plate today. He has a 1-2 count. Lifted to right field on a line. Drops in front of Garrison Schwartz and gets away from it. It's going to get into the corner. 2 runs are going to score. Felix is trucking for 3.
Things happening for Bakersfield. So we got the single. A couple of runs come in. Pena now at the plate.
Back to the top of the lineup for the runners in 6-2 ball game.
Both those runs, one of those runs, I guess, charged to Repovich.
Foul out of play.
One charge to Andrews. Either way, Bakersfield new life back in this thing. A base hit here would make it a 6-3 ball game, and Pena been on base 3 times, a walk, a double, and a single.
Just missing. It's 1-2. Andrews attacking the zone early here to Pena, leadoff batter who's 2 for 2 today with a single and a double and walked in the first. 1-2 with 2 out. Swung on and missed. Andrews gets out of the inning. Does allow a couple of runs to score on that single to right that Garrison Schwartz let get past him. But GCU still has that 6-2 lead here heading to the bottom of the inning. GCU up 6-2.
You are invited to watch some of the best dunkers and sharpshooters in college basketball at GCU Arena. Witness some of the best college players compete in front of a national audience in the State Farm College Slam Dunk and 3-Point Championships. That's March 30th at GCU Arena. Our own Dwayne Russell taking part in that 3-point competition.
It'll be fun to watch Dwayne Russell play one more time here at GCU Arena. Didn't get an opportunity to play in the postseason. GCU opting not to take the invitation from most likely the CBI.
6-2 ball game. The Lopes come up in the bottom of the 6th here. And we try to get back those 2 runs that they gave up in the top half of the frame.
Kenny Johnson back out, working in his 3rd inning of work, technically, but he's only gone an inning and a 3rd, coming in on relief for the starter, Isaiah Moten. Only last 3 2/3, gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 4 hits. Number 9 hole hitter up for GCU, Mark Mumper, then back to the top of the lineup in Austin Bull and Tom LaRouge. Mumper's 0 for 2 today, but has an RBI.
Dugout hollering something at the home plate umpire. Jeremy Beard yelling at him. Now we're ready to go.
First pitch to Mumper, just misses. It's 1-0.
Couple guys throwing in the Bakersfield pin.
Popped up. It's going to stay in the infield. Metzger's going to camp underneath it and grab it for out number 1.
Couple guys getting loose in the Lopes pin. Nobody throwing down there right now.
Austin Bull due up 1 for 1 today. Reached base 3 times. Has an RBI as well. So Bull hitting .380, steps in.
Andrew Hansen and Adam Coates warming up in the pen for Bakersfield.
Austin Bull has really come alive as the leadoff guy for GCU. Played around with the leadoff guy as being Tom LaRouge, but has settled in as that leadoff batter. Been difficult to take out. Really nobody else has been good enough to be the leadoff guy, getting on base enough. Austin Bull getting on base every single time he's been at the plate here against the runners. The 0-2 fouled off again. Kenny Johnson taking a long time out there on the mound. Austin Bull then calls time and gets it from Stelgas. GCU scoring 3 runs in the 2nd, a run in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th inning. Runners put a 2 spot up in the home away half of the frame. Ground ball up the middle. Grochon cuts it off. The throw to first in time. Grochon, wow. He's had some stellar plays out there at short today. And that's the first time Austin Bull hasn't reached base all series long.
Yeah, and it took one of the best plays we've seen out there, Grochon.
The 1-2 to LaRouge. Flicked it at it. Metzger, the dive, unable to make the grab on that one. That was the first time that a ball has eluded Grochon all day long.
Well, I thought he was going to come up with that one. That ball just hung up there. Fortunately, off the lefty's bat, it was floating a little bit out there. Wind pushing it back towards Grochon, just out of his reach.
Brings up Ian Evans, who's 1 for 2 today. Got hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, then singled and scored in the 5th. Has a runner on first base, and Tom LaRouge, who's digging in, looks like he's going to take off. Does not take off. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Stankiewicz, the skipper down there at third base, going through the signs.
Not too big of a lead down there at first base for LaRouge, but he doesn't really need a big lead with the speed he's got. Gets back easily on that pickoff attempt by Johnson.
Yeah, see if he lengthens it here now that he's seen the move, or at least seen one of the moves.
Johnson comes set, stakes a long time. LaRouche bluffs on a pickoff on a steal attempt, then gets tried to get picked off by Felix. Gets back in time. Evans will step back in. Zach Malice on deck, 0 for 3 today.
Now you got to count. You might want to do something with here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Great one to run on or hit and run, especially with 2 outs. Just do a straight steal, but if Evans likes it, he can go after it. Should get a good pitch here.
Favorable hitting count for Evans here, 2-1. LaRouche takes off, hit and run applied, driven into right center field. Nobody's going to get this one off the base of the wall. It's going to be extra bases for Evans, and Tom LaRouche is going to glide over home plate. 7-2 ball game here for GCU after an RBI double for Ian Evans.
It's like there's another substitution going on out there. It's like they're moving Metzger over to third and Ryan Kono in at second.
Now pitching for Cal State Bakersfield, number 12, Andrew Hansen.
So Heinrich comes out of the ball game. They'll move Metzger over to third and Ryan Kono. Looks like he's going to come in and play second base.
Heinrich came in to score the second run in the 6th inning. And his day is done.
It's an interesting defensive substitution there. Didn't notice any issues with Heinrich down there at third base. Didn't look like he sustained an injury or anything. But either way, Malice trying to get another 2-out base knock and chase Evans in.
It would be his first hit of the day. He's 0 for 3, breaking ball in the dirt, smothered by the catcher Felix.
And Zach was 0 for 3 in the ball game yesterday as well.
Popped up by Malice. Kono underneath it, out number 3. So Malice is 0 for 4 today after that pop up to the second baseman. But GCU is able to push this run across, an RBI double from Ian Evans deep in the right center gap. We head to the 7th inning here on GCU TV. GCU leading 7-2.
Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
GCU taking a 7-2 lead into the 7th inning. Josh Andrews back out on the mound. No defensive changes other than Andrews for GCU. Going to send the duties back over to Michael Potter for the rest of this one.
Andrews will face 2, 3, and 4. Pinner, Metzger, and Carter due up here with the 7-2 lead for GCU. Both runs charged, the 2 runs to Jake Repovich. I initially had thought it'd be 1 to Rep and 1 to Andrews, but communications assistant director of communications Josh Hauser, just knowing that rule book. Did you have to look it up, Josh, or did you know it? Had to look it up. And it basically says that if a guy reaches on a fielder's choice and scores, you can't charge that run to the reliever. So both charged to Rep. First pitch to Pinner, ball 1. So Rep's line, 5 1/3, 7 runs, or 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Walked 2 and struck out 2. 1-1 the count.
That rule doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't? Kind of does to me.
Well, Andrews was the one that he put the runner on base on that sacrifice bunt that he reached on the sacrifice bunt.
But the runner would have been retired had they wanted to. They could have retired that runner and left the other runner on. That would have been charged. So they kind of switched positions there. So they don't want to charge that to the relief pitcher. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
1-2 the count now to Penner.
So it's
2-2,
only
excuse me,
when
the
there's
count
a
to Penner.
fielder's choice is what the rule was saying.
Fielder's choice, yep.
Okay. You learn something new every day.
Fouled off 2-2. That's why we have Josh up here. We always wondered, why do we have Josh up here? Now
I mean, Andrews is going to be content with that. Repovich might not be, but it's the rule.
Penner 2 for 3, a strikeout and a couple of base hit singles. Fouls it off. First time he's faced Andrews in the ball game. Either way, Repovich still in line to even his record at 2-2 if the Lopes can win this ball game for him. 2-ball, 2-strike, leadoff man here in the 7th. Fouled off again. 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 8 left on for Bakersfield. 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 6 left on for GCU. Foul down the right field line. There's a note after that ruling. It says the intent of this rule is to charge each pitcher with the number of runners he put on base rather than with the individual runners. Think about that for a little while.
That's
2-2.
where I get confused. Because Andrews put him on.
The note's more confusing than the rule. They wrote the rule and they said, this is so easy to understand. Let's put a note in there just to mess with everybody.
Just to clarify it even more.
To clarify
What's your
it worse.
definition of clarify? I need a note of your definition of clarify.
Penner's going to ask for time and get it. Andrew Penner in .462 on the season. No homers, 7 RBI. He scored 11 runs. Fouls it off again.
Hitting really well today as well. 2 hits. A smoker right back up the middle of Repovich, and a ground ball through the hole just past the dive of Bull. So Penner's been doing his job, as have Pena, to keep his team in the game. The rest of the lineup hasn't done much to do the same, though.
Full count now. Bakersfield dugout coming alive again here. Payoff pitch. Fouled off again. So just getting enough on it to stay alive each time. Goes inside and fouls it off. Repovich reaching up and making a nice play in the dugout for the Lopes. Up high, he walked him.
Bakersfield dugout sounds like they just put the winning run on base in the bottom of the 9th.
Third baseman.
Trying to do everything they can to motivate the rest of their team here. Down 5 runs.
David Metzger, number 3-hole hitter, steps up to the plate. Fastball outside corner for a strike. That was a 14-pitch at-bat. Nicely done by Penner, and he reaches on the walk. The leadoff man aboard. Metzger scuffling in this ball game. 0 for 3. Has hit a couple line drives, though. That one's going to get down. Well, he'd been striking the ball well, but had nothing to show for it. Now, you got the first 2 batters aboard. Nobody out. And the heart of the order coming up, Max Carter. So GCU. Action in the pen for the Lopes. Now Meyer's going to slow things down a bit. Make the walk out and talk to Josh Andrews. Carter at the plate, singled back in the second, grounded to a fielder's choice that ended the inning in the third, and then popped out to the second baseman in the fifth. Had an RBI and a couple of base hits yesterday. Deeganhart warming up in the pen for GCU. One of the guys who could possibly start tomorrow for the Lopes. Looking like they're not going to start him tomorrow. Possibly bring him in relief here. Carter at the plate. Nobody out. 7-2 lead for GCU in the seventh, but first two runners aboard for Bakersfield. Strike. The first pitch on the outside corner. And now, just after the last visit, Meyer's going to come out and have a visit again. Now with the runner at second, initially been probably talking about the signs and changing things, but you normally tell him what you want him to throw. When you're out there visiting, come back down. Not sure if he was crisscrossed on something or not.
Hey, if you have to go out there after every single pitch and it's a strike every single time, do it. Anything you got to do to get Andrews to throw a strike.
0-1, check of the runner. In there for strike two.
He's perfect so far. Meyer, go back out there. Do it again. You can't let this inning get away from GCU. Up 5 runs. Be huge against Max Carter as well.
Evans playing behind Metzger down there at first, so David getting a huge lead. Spin around and chase Penner back to the bag. We saw a double steal early in the ball game from Bakersfield. It's Pena taking third and Penner taking second. Wouldn't chase the 0-2 fastball outside, 1-2 to Max Carter. Carter, the tough luck loser last night, his first loss of the year. Only gave up 4 hits, a loss of 3-2. Fastball inside. 2-2 count. Hart still getting ready. Hart is yet to get things going since coming over from Yavapai College. 2-2 count here. 5-run lead for the Lopes in the seventh. Fouled off again.
Every indication from the Lopes staff, though, said that Deeganhart was really, really good, and he just hasn't been able to play up to expectations. He's got the velocity. He just hasn't been able to harness the command and times. And this could be an actual really big decision if it works out. Taking Deeganhart out of the bullpen late in games, his velocity late in games could be beneficial for GCU in the long run.
Well, a couple of good at-bats here. The first one, the 14-pitch at-bat to Penner, got a walk, and then after Metzger hit the second pitch he saw into left field for a base hit. Now Carter having a good at-bat. Two-two count once again. From Andrews, fouled off again. Carter's going to see the 9th pitch of the at-bat on this next delivery.
Andrews has thrown a lot of pitches.
What, 24, 25 already in this?
He had 28
inning
before this at-bat. Thrown 28 pitches before this AB. So 37 now after this pitch.
Swing and a miss, struck him out on the high fastball. Out of the zone, Carter couldn't hold off. Great pitch, and now the double play possibility, but I think that's going to be it for Andrews. Boy, what a pitch there by Josh. Looks like it's going to be his last pitch of this ball game, but fantastic. Gets a strike out of Carter for the first out of the inning.
That was big.
And it's going to be number 26, Deeganhart. So Andrews exits the ball game. 1 out, 2 runners on in the seventh. Lopes leading it 7-2. 8-2. 37 pitches for Andrews. Previous season high was 17 at UNLV. But he gives way to the junior from Glendale, Arizona. Played at Sandra Day O'Connor and then Yavapai College, Deegan Hart. Hart has, as we talked about, scuffled a bit here this season. 0-5. This will be his 3rd appearance out of the pen, his 8th appearance on the year. ERA of 9.38 in 24 innings, 31 hits, 28 runs, 25 earned. He's walked 12 and struck out 22. Opposition hitting .310 against him. So Hart having some trouble here early, and to your point, Fletcher, the staff really liked what he did in the fall. They liked him coming out of JUCO. They really liked the fall that he put together, but this has not carried over here to the spring. So you come in here, you pitch well, maybe that gets your confidence going again. They really do feel like it's simply a confidence thing, you know, that he just hasn't had things go his way early, and it started to kind of get in his head a bit.
He's been banged around a little bit in his first 5 starts that he had coming out of the pen. Hopefully this changes up the way he approaches at-bats. You see it a lot in the minor leagues or with starters in the majors that aren't finding their stuff. They'll send them to the pen for a little bit, see if they can figure some things out, whether it's mechanical changes or whether it just changes with what their pitch selection is. And after that bullpen stint, they come back as a starter. Sometimes they're better. Sometimes they have to just stay back in the pen and they're become bullpen pitchers.
Well, we still haven't gotten a confirmation that the guy coming up, Malik Jones, is going to start on Sunday for Bakersfield. Imagine he will, but we don't know for sure. We don't know who the starter for the Lopes is, but with Deegan Hart coming in relief, more than likely you're going to see Jack Schneider, the freshman out of Gilbert, Arizona, pitching tomorrow. But nothing official. That's just our best guess here. Possibly Tyler Hansen.
I like both of them.
Pitching both.
Jeremy Smith was brutal against some UNLV pitchers as well. He's good out of the bullpen. He's been pretty good out of weekday games out of the bullpen. His breaking ball stuff is nasty.
So Malik Jones at the plate with 1 out, 2 on, a 7-2 GCU lead here in the 7th. Pinner at second, good speed. Metzger at first. He's got good speed as well. Not holding Metzger on, so if they want to try to turn 2, they're going to have to turn it quickly. Hart spins around to force the runner back. Jones, a tough guy to double up. Good speed. He walked his last time up. A ground out to third in the 4th. He lined out to center in the 2nd. Hitting .390 on the season. Breaking pitch in there for strike 1.
Malik Jones was not expecting an off-speed pitch there. First pitch to the AB.
No homers, 13 RBI for Jones this season. The 0-1 from Hart. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Meyer. Boy, Pinner wanted to head down there, but Josh kept it in front of him, and everybody retreats. Grotjohn on deck. Then you got that bottom 3rd, but Kame doubled his last time up. 1-1 count. Outside, 2-1. And now if you're Bakersfield, do you play it straight or do you get some movement going here with some good base runners? They've had a double steal earlier in the ball game, back in the 5th inning. Not going. The 2-1 fastball missed somewhere inside. 3-1. Boy, that one looked pretty good, just off the inside part of the plate. Hart's got to come to him. Can't give me anything right over the plate, but got to bring it to him here. Runners go. Throw down. Should have got him. They walked him. It was up high. Meyer made the throw and the head first slide, but ball 4. Well, Hart comes in and walks The first guy he faces to load the bases. And now you got runners at every base. The ones on first and third on by the free pass. Metzger on with the base hit single. Grotjean at the plate. A.J. Franks starting to heat up in the pen. Trying to heat up quickly here.
Still a lot of baseball we played as well. Only in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, Grotjean here could really strike a blow for Bakersfield, hitting .448 on the year. They're going to be content to make Hart throw a strike. Grotjean lined out to left his last time up, was hit by a pitch in the 4th, and base hit single in the 2nd. The Phoenix native was 0 for 4 last night. Seen him make some amazing plays out at shortstop on defense. Fouled off. Malice giving chase, but he'll run out of room. 1-1. Bit of a gift there going after that one. It might have been a strike, but you got a guy struggling to throw strikes. So you want to get a better swing on the first one you go after. Good speed on the base from third to first. Chopper, Bull, second for one, back to first. The twin killing ends the inning. Slick turn by Bull and Mumper. And Hart, gets out of that one. In the inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a couple left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th, stretch time here, Brazel Stadium, 7-2 GCU with the lead.
Get ready to laugh out loud. Comedian and singer-songwriter Tim Hawkins is coming into the GCU Arena April 1st for his April Fool's Day comedy concert. Show is guaranteed to entertain your entire family. Tickets start at $18 with meet and greet options available. Go to the arena box office or gcuarena.com. Student discounts and group discounts are available.
Andrew Hansen back on the hill for Bakersfield, and the Lopes dodge a bullet with a phenomenal double play. Bull to Mumper, a quick turn and a strong arm in time. And you see Grotjean's reaction as he crosses first base. Can't believe. Great opportunity for Bakersfield and a great turn on a chopper. Bull and Mumper starting to really enjoy that defensive combination. And Matt, tell you what, if Mumper can start hitting the ball a little bit, it'd be hard to dislodge out there at shortstop, because defensively, definitely the best option for the Lopes. Wyatt, Schwartz, and Bess up against Hansen. Popped up, foul ground. Metzger coming over will get out of play. Crowd wanted that one, but it hit on that sunshade. Going to roll off the back, I believe.
Chicago State won it.
There you go.
Taking the series from preseason WAC leaders and expected to win it all. Seattle.
Into the gap, that's going to fall in front of the left fielder Penner. Wyatt on base for the 4th time, his 3rd hit of the ball game. Leadoff man aboard for Garrison Schwartz. Good to see Wyatt coming alive with the stick. All kind of talent and potential coming in here as a freshman last year for GCU. Arizona Gatorade Player of the Year his senior year in high school. Played every infield position but catcher last year for the Lopes. Finding a home in left field here. Schwartz going to bunt him over. Quick look at second, but they only play at first. So sacrifice bunt for Garrison Schwartz. Drops it down, and now the Lopes have a man in scoring position with 1 out. And Cuba Bess. Well, you normally wouldn't ask the preseason WAC Player of the Year to bunt, but Schwartz, a team player, has been struggling a bit. Dropped that one down perfectly to move the runner over. Stankiewicz wanted to get that other run back that they gave up in the 6th. And for a strike to Bess.
Some nice cut action to it, coming back towards the hand side of the pitcher. Coming away from that left-handed batter, Cuba Bess. Good pitch there from Johnson.
Bess 0 for 6 in the series. Looking for his first base hit. 1-1. 0 for 3 in this one. A strikeout victim in the 2nd. Popped out in foul territory to the 3rd baseman, Heinrich, in the 4th, and then had a ground on the 5th, but produced a run. So 0 for 6 in the series, but does have an RBI. Wyatt takes his lead to 1-1. Missed outside, 2-1. Cuba no homers on the season, 6 RBI, does have 3 doubles to his credit. Three and 1.
Everything's been outside the best here from Johnson.
Yeah, Hansen trying to keep everything outside. They've obviously seen Bess, big kid, all kind of power. Want to keep it away from him. 3-1. Drive into center field. Pena coming over, makes the grab. Wyatt's going to tag. No throw down to 3rd, so now with 2 outs, man on 3rd base. And Josh Meyer coming up to the plate. Well, Bess just unable to turn on that one. Hit to the deeper part of the park for the out.
Meyer's been hot today. 1 for 2, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. It's big.
Had that double to played a couple and then came around to score in the 2nd. Was hit by a pitch and scored in the 4th. Flew out to right in the 5th. Good to get some production down at that bottom part of the order. Attacking the first pitch and fouled it off. Well, we've seen some scorching foul balls into the 3rd base dugout. Weird angle for a righty to foul it into. The 0-1. Chased one. Fooled on that one. 0-2 to Meyer. Josh now hitting .267 on the year. No homers, 4 ribby. Just 15 at-bats for Josh. The 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Had that injury in the surgery on the right elbow. See, they wear that sleeve on that elbow. 1-2 with 2 outs. In the air to left. Coming over. Making the grab is Penner, and that is the inning. So for the Lopes, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We have now completed 7-2 GCU with the lead. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV.
Hello, Phoenix. This is Jerry Colangelo from Grand Canyon University. You can join the GCU community by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors and get the support you need to excel. I look forward to seeing you on campus.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
7-2 GCU with the lead as we go to the 8th. 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, and 10 left on for Bakersfield. 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 7 left on for the Lopes. Degenhart back on the hill for GCU. Came on in relief. Walked a man, then got the 4-6-3 double play to end the bases loaded threat in the 7th. Lopes have had, 2 inning-ending double plays in this ball game. They had 3 inning-ending double plays in the ball game last night. Boy, that's the way to do it, huh? Had 2 1-6-3 double plays yesterday. So with the bottom third, Tyler Kame, Ryan Kono, and Junior Felix due up, we get a pinch hitter to start the 8th. It's going to be number 1, Christian Deaton. Deaton was the last hitter of the ball game. Struck out on a 3-2 pitch, a 10 strikeout of the ball game for Lopes pitchers last night. Vorhoff got him to end the ball game. He'll lead off here in the 8th. And it was Kame who had the double back in the 6th, but didn't earn himself another at-bat. First base coach forgot his helmet. NCAA all about safety. So they make Jonathan Johnson go get the helmet before they're ready to go. First pitch to Deaton, outside corner strike. Nicely framed by Josh Meyer.
That was a great job by Josh Meyer. That was inches off the plate.
You didn't think that was a strike?
No.
Deaton didn't either. The 0-1. Not that time, Josh.
That one was a little bit lower.
1-1.
But that looked like the exact same location off the plate.
Just
not
a little bit
up
lower,
and down. Yeah.
Well, that's become something that they look for in a catcher at the collegiate level, especially at the pro level. Just the ability to frame those pitches.
There's stats for it.
Fouled
There's
off.
stats for...
Oh, Malice stays with it. Did he make the catch? He did. Boy, the wind was pushing that around, and the sun was in his eyes and didn't look pretty, but Zach got it done. Wow. What a catch by Malice. Just going after that one in foul territory. He looked like he lost it 3 or 4 times before he made the backhand grab. So Deaton retired. So it's going to go as a pop out to the third baseman in foul territory, but much more than that. Kono at the plate came in as a defensive replacement at second base, and Metzger moved to third, taking the place of Heinrich in the batting order. First pitch a strike. But to your point, yeah, they keep those stats on that framing of pitches now. Not sure how they do that.
It's something about it's all based on the sabermetrics, and then they have the pitch located on what the strike zone should be. And then if it's outside the zone and it's framed, then it's a point for the catcher. And then there's a certain amount of points per pluses and minuses. So if it's a strike and they get a called ball, it's like a negative point. And you want to have a certain amount of positive points. And the more positive points, so balls outside the zone that are called strikes,
the better you
are as a catcher.
2-1 count to Kono with 1 out here in the 8th. Lowell's up 7-2. Pitch from Hart. Inside, almost hit him. 3-1. Hart still working out of the stretch here with nobody on. He did come on in relief his last inning. He walked him. So Kono gets aboard with the walk. That'll bring up Junior Felix. And I think he put him aboard because he wants to get another inning double play.
I'm not opposed.
All part of the plan. They had 3 last night. They have 2 here today. They want to get a third. Kono, though, a lot of speed up there. And keep an eye on him. Felix, a base hit single, drove in a couple runs his last time up. In there for a strike 1. Had that one down the line that scored 2. It misplayed out there by Garrison Schwartz and allowed Felix to come all the way around to third. 0-1. Ground ball. 4, 6, 3. What'd I say? Inning double play.
Hart
has gotten the exact same inning double play the last 2 innings. 4, 6, 3, DP. And the Lopes have now turned 3 double plays in this ballgame. 6 for the series. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 7-2. GCU with the lead.
West Side Story, the classic tale of a turf war between rival teenage gangs, opens in Ethington Theater on March 31st. This spin on Romeo and Juliet has been captivating audiences for decades. This production will be no exception. Get your tickets now at gcu.edu/west.
The Lopes turned 4 double plays at Kansas back on April 26, 2016. They've got 3 here. They had 3 last night, and they'll have one more crack at it. We go to the bottom of the 8th here. 7-2 GCU with the lead. The fans getting into a little Sweet Caroline as we hit the chorus. There they are. 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 10 left on for Bakersfield. 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 7 left on for GCU. They have left one man on base in each inning thus far. And GCU will be 9-1-2. Mumper, Bull, and LaRouge. And every time we see it, Mumper getting more and more comfortable out there at shortstop, really earning himself more and more at bats with the glove work he's doing out there. He's yet to get the bat going. If he ever does that, could be a stalwart double play combination for the next couple of years.
Be a really good infield too, defensively.
Yeah.
Malice at third, Bull at second, Mumper at short. Dangerous, and they could have some really nice plays out there.
First pitch strike to Mumper. Chopper, foul. Stakowitz still has the good hands down there at third.
He got a little flash of the past down at Pepperdine last week.
He did.
Reliving the glory days.
Truly were the glory days. Boy, he was a player. Of course, played in the majors. A very, very good defensive middle infielder. 0-2 to Mumper. Swing and a miss. Felix going to have to right himself and finally throw down to get Mumper. Strikes out, and then 2-3 on the put out. So 1 out and Bull at the plate. They finally retired Bull in his, what would have been his 8th at bat or 8th plate appearance of the series. Finally got him to ground out to Grosjean, and Grosjean had to make a fantastic play to track the ball down and throw him out. Bull 4 walks in the series. Ground ball back to Grosjean. Gloves it. Slings it. 2 up, 2 down. Very quickly they retire Bull once again. That'll bring up Tom LaRouge. LaRouge drove in all 3 runs in the ball game last night. Had a sac bunt in the first in this ball game. Flew out to left in the second. Flew out to center in the fourth. Had a base hit single and scored a run in the 6th. First pitch in there for a strike.
Great changeup there from Hansen.
Down low, 1-1. Nobody throwing down there in the pen for GCU. Looks like they're going to let Hart come out and try to finish this one off. Little squibber. Could be trouble. They're going to let it go foul. Metzger collects it in foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes. LaRouge hitting .325 on the year. 1 homer. Got that last night. 3 RBI. Got all those last night. The 1-2 with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 7-2 GCU. 2-2.
And it's funny that LaRouge, Malice, and Wyatt are the only 3 GCU players without an RBI today. The ones that are normally putting up RBI numbers.
That's right. That one down low and in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. So a couple of strikeouts for Hanson, and that will end the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the 9th. GCU up 7-2. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV.
There's an exciting new destination for food, fun, and relaxation in the heart of Phoenix. Come to GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain hands-on workplace experience and deliver unmatched service right alongside the staff. Enjoy beautiful amenities like the resort-style pool and full-service fitness center. From the gaming lawn and patio to the artisanal coffee and teas of GCBC, you'll never want to leave. Room rate $79 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com to book your visit today.
The Lopes look to win the first 2 here against Bakersfield. Go 2-0 in conference play, win the series. They just got to get 3 more outs. Deegan Hart back on the mound, and he'll have to go through the top of the order. Pena, Pinner, and Metzger if he wants to do it. Hart came in the 7th, walked a man, then got an inning double play with the bases loaded. Then in the 8th, got the first out, walked a man, and got an inning double play to end the 8th. So Hart to face Pena, Pinner, and Metzger. GCU just trying to keep pace with Northern Colorado, who is 2-0 in conference play. Chicago State 2-1 in conference play. Utah Valley playing later on tonight. They got a chance to go to 2-0. So Pena to lead things off. Hitting .318 on the season. Up high around the eyes, ball 1. Game time tomorrow at high noon, first pitch, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Nobody throwing in the pin with a 5-run lead. Could get him up and going quickly if need be. Hard behind in the count, the 2-0. Fouled back. Good rip on a 2-0 fastball. Pena walked in the 1st and was picked off to end the 1st. Doubled in the 3rd, singled in the 5th, and had a stolen base, and then struck out in the 6th. Three and 1. It's getting back into the WAC. GCU 6-3 in WAC opening series. Now 7-3. Ooh, almost hit him. But the walk, so leadoff man aboard. It's a 3rd walk for Hart. He hasn't really been on target since coming on in relief. We'll see if that gets any action in the bullpen. Still those 5 runs to work with, though. That'll bring up Andrew Penner. Ooh, and he hits him. Well, Penner tried to get out of the way of that one, and now things have gone from bad to worse, and you do see action very quickly in the pen down there. That is A.J. Franks, it is. Meyer coming out to talk to Deegan and the entire infield, and then the pitching coach now takes a long stroll out there. So a base on balls, a hit batter, and that'll bring up David Metzger. First, Rich Dorman. Very different mound visit than the last time we saw him run out to talk to Repovich, because he jogged out there, said something, turned around and came right back. This time he wants to blow a little more time. A very slow walk out there. Very deliberate conversation, looking right at Deegan Hart. Going to make the home plate umpire, Matt Stelgis, walk out and break up the meeting. Dorman turns around and walks right past Stelgis, and so Stelgis says something to him, and then Dorman and Stelgis both smiling. So Metzger at the plate. Metzger, a base hit single his last time up. Hitting .329 had a line out to center, fly out to right, a line out to short, and then a base hit single. So he struck the ball well. Just has one base hit to show for it. Pena at second, Pinner at first. First pitch misses down low, ball one. Well, Frank's the man warming up. Pitched an inning in the third last night. Gave up one hit, had 3 strikeouts. Faced 5 batters. Two and 0. Would imagine this is going to be the last hitter for Hart. Might be done right now. Stankiewicz isn't going to let him see anything after 2-0. Well, you know, Andy did that last night. Came out and pulled AJ with a 2-0 count. Voroff came in on that at bat. Got a fly out to left off the bat of Grotjohn. And, you know, Andy said they wanted to see how the righty to the lefty looked, and after 2 pitches said they just didn't feel like it was the best way to go with that submarine sidearm delivery. So they pulled him. And Deegan Hart, not too happy, obviously, getting pulled here. He kind of gave the ball to the skip and then walked to the side of the mound to wait, away from everybody else for A.J. Franks. So Franks will come in and inherit the 2-0 count.
But as we found out before the broadcast, if A.J. Franks walks this guy, it does go to Deegan Hart.
Yes, we've been looking at all the different rules, scoring decisions. So Franks into the ball game here. As we mentioned, Franks pitched last night, did very well. Inning in the third, faced 5 batters, gave up 1 hit, but had 3 strikeouts. He comes in this one with runners at first and second, nobody out, and a 2-0 count on David Metzger with Carter and Jones and Grotjohn looming on deck and in the dugout. A.J. Franks, the 6'2 senior out of Anaheim, California, played at Kennedy High and went to Santa Ana College before coming over here for GCU. You look at his numbers here. 4.26 ERA, a record of 2-0. This is his 12th appearance. Does have 1 save. Franks in 19 innings, 20 hits, 10 runs, 9 earned. Walked 3 and struck out 11. So Frank's finishing his warm-up tosses. Meyer's going to jog out and have a word. Metzger will come back up to the dish. Up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
Tough situation here for A.J. Franks, coming in with runners on first and second, no outs, and a 2-0 count. But unfavorable at the tip of the iceberg if you want to, but this is the most unfavorable situations for A.J. Franks so far.
Franks faced Metzger last night, got him to ground out a little comebacker to end the 8th inning, almost hit him. Count goes to 3-0. Three and 1. Well, we talked about it, that arm angle after you've seen the lefty Repovich, and then you had Andrews come in there, then Hart, the righty. All of them throwing about 3/4. Now you got that sidearm delivery, 3 and 2. So battling back. The 3-2 count with Pena and Pinner on base. Nobody out. 5-run lead for GCU. Into right field for a base hit. Schwartz has it. They're going to hold the runner at third, so the bases will be loaded. Boy, Pena had in his mind he was going to score, and Roberts, the third base coach, held him up late.
Smart. He would have been gunned at the plate there.
No reason to push it. You got to go station to station here. You need more than
Pena
just 1 or 2.
Pena does not matter.
So Metzger's starting to heat up a bit here for Bakersfield. Now you got Max Carter. Now things getting a little dicey for GCU. Carter strikeout victim his last time up. He's 1 for 4. Strike one. Jeremy Smith warming up in the pen for GCU. Oh, 1 to Carter. Ripped to center field. Going back is LaRouge. Looks like he's got a bead on it. It'll score a run. Throw comes back in to second base. 7-3 GCU as Pena comes in to score, but you'll gladly trade that for the out. That'll bring in Malik Jones with runners at the corners and 1 down. So the sac fly for Carter produces the run. Another RBI for Max. He had 1 in the ball game yesterday. Pena scores. Pinner moves up to third, and Metzger stays at first. Jones on base his last 2 times up with walks. That one well outside, ball 1. Had a line out to center in the second, a ground out to third in the fourth. Walked in the 6th and the 7th. Ground ball, dive under the glove, past the glove of Mumper. Everybody moves up 90 feet. And it's a 7-4 ball game. RBI for Jones. There's a first and second, still just 1 out. Ryan Grosjean at the plate. And now you got the tying run at the dish. Grosjean, last time up, a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. Hopes could really use that here. Strike on the outside corner. Grosjean singled in the second, was hit by a pitch in the fourth, lined out to left in the 6th, the 4-6-3 double play in the 7th.
4-6-3 double play to end the game as well.
Well outside, 1-1. That would be nice. I'd take it.
That would be the 5th double play of the game. Is that what you said?
It'd be the 4th double play of the game.
Which would tie a record?
Yep. Deaton on deck. The 1-1. On the outside corner for a strike. 1-2. Well, Grosjean started. He stopped, and then he nodded his head, knew that was a strike. Just couldn't pull the trigger. So Frank's trying to live on that outside corner, see if he stays out there. 1-2 count. Wouldn't chase it, 2-2. Well, we were hoping early on in the ball game Lopes would kind of run away and hide here, but GCU hasn't quite figured that game plan out here this season. Vorhoff throwing in the pin as well as Smith. The 2-2. Ground ball to short. How about a 6-4-3? Bull for 1. Back to first. There's the ball game. 7th inning-ending double play of the series. 4th of the game. Ties a record for GCU. The 6-4-3. And that is it. GCU gets the victory. 7 runs, 8 hits for GCU. 1 error and 7 left on base. 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 10 left on base for Bakersfield. GCU goes to 8-13 on the season, 11-7 for Bakersfield. And Fletcher, what a way to start WAC play. Team's been scuffling a bit from the get-go, but what a way to start WAC play. and win the series in your first WAC series of the year.
Yeah, they really needed a series win, not having a series win in a while. That Oklahoma State series to start the season. Up and down against New Mexico. They had a positive yet negative trip to California and Las Vegas. So this is good for GCU, good for their morale. Smiles all around, as you can see on your screen. And quality all around the lineup. Only 3 guys didn't have an RBI. 2 RBIs from Josh Meyer, an RBI from Bull, Evans, Schwartz, Bess, and Mumper. You can't complain if you're Stankiewicz or any of the GCU coaching staff.
Well, he wanted to lengthen out that lineup. He'd been getting a lot from the top 2 or 3. He got it today. Wyatt, a great game, as you mentioned. Meyer, a great game. And the defense by Mumper, we're seeing that double play combination of Mumper and Bull looking very much like in midseason form, so it's good to see.
Yeah, double play opportunities happened a lot today. The pitchers got themselves in a couple of problems, but they were able to induce some ground balls, and that's a credit to Coach Dorman as well.
Yep.
Throwing the ball up in the zone, then down in the zone, out and in, and eventually you're going to get the batter to hit the ball on top of the ball, and it's going to produce a ground ball up the middle, double play opportunity, and Bull and Mumper are just too quick. They're slick out there in the middle of the infield.
The 2 starters figure in the decision. Moten goes to 2-2 with the loss, and Repovich goes to 2-2 with the win. It was tough sledding for Jake, but boy, he kept at it, and when he got into trouble, was able to pitch himself out of it. The bullpen came in and did just enough to get this victory 7-4 the final.
Yeah, we were sweating there a little bit in that 9th inning,
right.
Thinking, hey, maybe the bullpen's not going to be able to withstand this one, but they were able to do just enough to hold off the runners here in Game 2 and go for the series sweep tomorrow.
Well, we have no idea who's pitching for either team tomorrow. We'll have to find out tomorrow. I will not be here, but Fletcher will take you home starting at noon tomorrow. Should be a good one, Fletcher. Looking forward to it. Your call of that one is the Lopes. They've already won the series, trying to get the sweep tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be a good game. Hopefully, whoever starts will have a good start and a good opportunity. Looks like Ty Wyatt was the player of the game for GCU.
Like Tyler Wyatt is the player of the game for GCU in this one, because he's got that helmet on that signifies the player of the game.
3 for 3, 2 runs scored.
Yeah, you look at Wyatt, 3 for 3, a couple of runs scored, had a walk, had extra base hit. Just all around good play for the Lopes. And like I said, we'll see who Coach Stankiewicz puts on the hill tomorrow, and we'll see who Jeremy Beard, the skipper for Bakersfield, puts on the hill tomorrow. Well, as we mentioned, Jake Repovich gets a win. He goes to 2-2. Isaiah Moten gets a loss. He goes to 2-2. GCU wins the ball game 7-4, your final here. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't forget, more GCU baseball tomorrow at noon on GCU TV. Follow Grand Canyon University on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. Have a great night. For Fletcher Like, I'm Michael Potter. Go Lopes.